Hey y'all, welcome. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank y'all for being here and being so patient. I know it took me a while to get this video started, but hey, I see y'all patiently waiting. Yes, we are talking about never trust in the dust. We can't do that. I don't know why y'all did it in the first place, ever in the first place. But we're going to be talking today about not trusting what people say and trusting your instinct, knowing when not to see the best in everyone, but to see the truth. Okay. In science, people pay attention to patterns, results, not hypotheses. So just because you hope, wish, and guess something is going to turn out the way you think it will or predict that it will does not mean that's what it's going to do. So if y'all are doing dusty experiments and dealing with dust, remember, pay attention to patterns and results. If you start to use your common sense and start to pay attention to patterns and results, you're going to not fall for the okie doke with some of these dudes and some of these dusties. Okay, so if you're approaching this from a scientific perspective, you're always going to win. Okay, so don't trust in the dust. Pay attention to patterns and results. If those patterns don't lead to the results that you desire, then it's time to start a new experiment with a new subject. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so therefore, if your dusty isn't producing the results that you desire, it's time to switch out the subject. Okay. So I know it's the holiday season and some of y'all don't want to be lonely, so y'all will keep the dust around. But do not come on this channel crying after you don't get no Christmas gift or some lousy Christmas gift. Don't come telling me about your dust didn't buy you nothing good for the holidays or for Christmas. Why? Because I'm telling you now. Believe in patterns. Okay? Believe in results. Not what they say they're going to do, but what they already have done and are doing. Okay? Every holiday season, I get an influx of comments after Christmas, after Valentine's Day, telling me how their dusty or their man or who their so-called potential did not deliver. Well, that's y'all's fault for believing the hype. Pay attention to patterns, ladies. If they're not providing from the start, that's the first piece of the pattern. Okay? That's the first piece of the pattern. If you have to wait, if you have to beg, if you have to continuously remind people to value who you are as a person, give you the things that make you feel comfortable and safe, they don't like you. Okay? They don't like you. You're the placeholder that they're temporarily dragging or breadcrumbing, excuse me, or tricking. All right? So don't fall for the dust. Pay attention to patterns. If you don't pay attention to patterns, you're not going to see what's happening. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right? Because some of y'all don't see what's happening until it's way too late. But he said, but he promised, but he's stupid for dealing with you because you believe him, and you dumb for dealing with him and believing him. Okay? Real men aren't going to make false promises. They're just going to spring into action and get done what needs to get done. Some of y'all are so used to excuse makers that you don't know how to see one from the start. Okay? If action is not in place, we do not trust or listen. Okay? If they promise something, that's the same thing as not doing it. When it's done, then it's done. then they get the results, not beforehand. Some of y'all are getting promised stuff, and then you're sitting there talking to these dudes on the phone for hours and hours and texting them hours and hours, giving them the emotional support and attention that they deserve, sending them pictures, and never got anything but looking stupid in the end. So, actions. Actions, baby. If you don't see actions, it's time to get up out of there. Okay. Thank you. How are y'all this afternoon? I mean, it's not even afternoon, it's still morning. How are y'all this morning? So, the perfume of the day. My perfume that I'm wearing today. I just received it. So I wanted to check it out. You can get this. It's an Arabic perfume. It's by Armaf, Club de Nuit for women. And I love how it has these little Swarovski crystals on the bottle here and this little cute tag. So, smells very fresh and fresh floral and a slightly boozy. So we have vanilla, jasmine, a little bit of bergamot. We have a little bit of I said vanilla already. Yes. So it's a very fresh, floral, boozy perfume with a hint of vanilla. Who's sending me cash out? Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Anyway. So this is the perfume of the day. That's why I'm wearing it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think this is a really good daytime perfume. You can wear it at night too, but I think it's more fresh, flirty, and floral with a hint of vanilla and has little citrus in there. So for you citrus floral girlies that like, just a touch of sweetness, this is what y'all are gonna like this holiday season. I love the bottle. And I love the crystals on it. So this is the box that it comes in. It kind of got beat up in the mail, but very nice fragrance, very nice gift for the holidays. It's linked in the description bar if y'all want to check it out. Okay. Okay, Elena says her met a dentist and he kept talking about spending and buying gifts, but never did. Blocked him, so he started sending flowers. He turned a pest and still won't spend, don't want his flowers. I want cash. Okay. Well, tell him. He's probably in debt, ma'am. I used to work for a dentist and they were in debt. They had to sell their business. Some of them be in debt, ma'am. You might not have it, ma'am. Some of y'all think just because y'all are dating a dentist that they got money. Some of them dudes are in debt. You better find out before you start demanding stuff. Just because they have a nice career don't mean they're not in debt. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm like, literally, there are some people out here doing the stupidest stuff on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram that's getting paid more than doctors, surgeons, and dentists who are not in debt. This is the sad reality that we're living in. This is the era that we're living in, where a person that's gone to school for years and spent lots of money on their education and only to become in debt can't even impress a woman these days. So don't be fooled by careers. Know what you're dealing with. And remember, if they're not providing, they're not going to. Flowers aren't enough. You can grow flowers in your backyard for free. Okay? I got a bunch of rose bushes in my backyard. I can get roses any day of the week for free. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where's the money? Okay? Little money. If you ain't got it, move along. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's raining outside right now. And it's getting cold. I'm so excited. And this perfume just perfectly set off Like it's dreary and rainy outside, and I just sprayed this perfume, and it's a bright, floral citrus. So it kind of just like brightens up the day still a little bit. This is the Armaf Club de Nuit for women. That's what I'm wearing today, y'all. Okay. So never trust the dust. Okay. When a man promises you something, you act like it ain't even gotten done until it's done. You don't act impressed. You don't change your actions. You don't change your opinions. You don't change anything until it is done. Some of y'all ladies are so bad about this that's why I had to make a whole video. As soon as a man tell you he gonna do something, y'all start acting real different and real pygmisha like. I don't care what they saying, what they doing. All right. Y'all will stay on the phone for 2 hours after a man tells you a lie that they gonna do A, B, C, and D. Ma'am, tell them you will call them when it is done. You will text them after it is done. Don't sit on that phone. Don't sit online with these fools. Don't go nowhere to meet these fools. If what they promised has not been fulfilled, then they don't get access to you on the phone or online, etc., until it is sent. Okay? Because some of these dudes are promising different women across the board the same crap that they promised you, and they're sitting there with a full roster and spent $0. You know why? Because pygmisha is dumb. Okay. Pygmisha real dumb. She'll fall for the okie doke in 2 seconds as long as she's getting fake attention and validation from some Dusty or some Splendid Daddy or to some breadcrumber. All right, y'all, don't trust in the dust. Trust in receiving. Ian, sprinkle. Sure, you live in a poor city. Should you move somewhere else? You're 20. If you can afford it, ma'am, sprinkle. Why not? Yes. So I'm making this video so I don't have to see questions anymore saying he promised me this. How do I collect on it? Ma'am, you have 3 or 4 of them and you don't deal with none of them until you have collected. That's how. Like, well, I can't talk right now. Just let me know when you sent what you said you was going to send. Click. Well, I can't talk right now, but I'll be available after you send what you said you was going to do. Well, I'm going to take you shopping. Oh, I already filled up a cart. Here, I'm going to send you the link. Just pay for it. Then we could talk. All right? Don't trust in the dust. Don't do it. Because you're going to be sitting there looking stupid. Don't trust in the dust when they tell you that what they're going to do for you in the future. If they ain't doing nothing today, why are you there? All right. Some of y'all get excited about something that's never going to happen. When I'm successful, this is what the Dusties be saying to y'all women. Well, when I get my money, I'm going to do A, B, C, and D, and still sitting on the couch playing video games. Or when I do this or when I do that, you're going to be saying that 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Well, we got to save up. No, go get somebody that's already made it and leave the dust alone. Okay, you bought a provider a mug and he was emotional and he said he's the only one, but usually buys gifts. Please suggest cheap gifts. He bought me a K necklace and I want to keep momentum going for Christmas. Okay, sprinkle. Okay, first of all, thank you for the donation, Shanae. I don't know how old you are, but this sounds like a Splendid Daddy. And a Splendid Daddy is not a sugar daddy. Or he can barely make it, ma'am. He probably got one stream of income, right? He going to K Jewelers. You bought him a mug and he got emotional or mad or happy. Like when you say emotional, I don't know if he was happy about a mug or sad about a mug. because you didn't go into detail. So I'll just answer it both ways. If he was happy about the mug, great, wonderful. If he was sad about the mug, he ain't got no money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, because I love me some mugs. If I have lots of like, okay, here's the example. If I spend money on my kids and I buy them something nice and they turn around and buy me a mug, I'm going to be happy. You know why? Because I have way more money than them. And I enjoy seeing the look on their face when they receive, because I want to make them happy because I have way more than they do. You understand? I'm not looking for an exact match of the gift that I gave to them. Therefore, you can assume that I have way more money. You see? Thank you, Jazzy. Sprinkle, sprinkle, Jazzy hearts. And thank you, Victoria. I appreciate that. So if a man gets mad because you only give him a mug and he done took you and he gave you some K jewelry, some $99 jewelry, don't be mad. Move on to somebody that can do more, because that is the bare minimum, unless y'all are teenagers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. She's asking for cheap gift ideas. Dollar Tree gift basket, ma'am. Put a mug, there's some snacks, there's some socks in there. Get them a picture frame, put your picture in it. I said this every day. Dollar Tree gift basket. Make it meaningful. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get on YouTube, look up DIY Dollar Tree gift basket. Some of those start to look very expensive, even though they're not. And you're putting thought, energy, and effort into thinking about the things that he likes, what he would appreciate, and something very personalized. Therefore, it's more meaningful and less costly to you to make him a gift basket from the Dollar Tree. Okay, it's a sentimental, nice, thoughtful gift that he will appreciate and he can use. We're not competing to buy men expensive gifts, because that's their job. That's how they impress us. Oh, Emma, sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, why does leveling up get lonely? Because you have to leave people behind that's not leveling up with you. Okay, it's just like if you're educated, and not everybody's going to get to the PhD. Not everybody's going to get to the doctorate. Not everybody's going to get to the master's. Some people you're going to leave in junior high. Some people you're going to leave behind in high school. All right. You can't take everybody with you. They're not going on the same direction. Oh, Wavy Pepper, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. She done sent me $199.99. Ooh, thank you. How you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Morning, Shira, looking very beautiful per usual. Thank you. Thank you for continuing to drop knowledge on the girls. Because of you, my standards has risen and they're being met. So I had to sprinkle you to say thanks. Okay, Wavy Pepper, I appreciate that, girl. You must be getting the bag. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. The Wavy Pepper over there getting her bag because she ain't dropping them standards for no dust. Okay. Thank you, girl. Okay, Victoria says, should we ask for money before meeting? How much? Okay. When y'all start asking questions like this, it seems very transactional. You should start mentioning things that you want, need, like, or may need help with in the conversations prior to ever even talking about meeting. So it needs to start from day one of your conversation. Oh my gosh, I just dropped my diamond earring down the drain when you called. It scared me when the phone rang, and oh my gosh, I jumped and the diamond fell. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh, now I only have one earring. What am I going to do with that? Oh my gosh, I just dropped my favorite bottle of expensive perfume. I'm so clumsy. Oh my gosh, my flowers are dying. I need some new ones. Oh my gosh, my Aunt Ethel is not feeling too well and she lives across the country. I might have to go fly to see her. I got to see how I'm going to get that money together. You got to start from day one, putting out information that they can impress you by solving financially or offering you financially. You don't say, well, can I have some money? You start using your power of suggestion. You start mentioning every little thing you can think of so that they think it's their idea to help you. So they're offering you this. So they're bringing you gifts from J1. So they're asking, is there anything you need? Okay. You're not just going to say, can I have some money? Or I'm going to need some money. That's very transactional, and it's kind of a red flag in my opinion. Now, if you know this man loves you 10 times more and he was going to give you some money anyway, and you can playfully ask him, great. But for everyone else, you need to start from the first word you speak to this man via text, phone, upon initial meeting, or wherever y'all meeting these dudes at. That's when it needs to start, from the very beginning. Okay. That way he already knows what he's getting into. And you don't have to waste any time meeting him if he's not trying to provide. After first to second date, he should have brought you something by all the hints, problems, clues, and information that you have given him. Okay, day one, man. Start early. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. It with everyone, with every man you even talk to, with everybody, all of them. Okay. All right. As soon as your mouth or fingers start texting or your mouth start talking, you should be trying to talk about some money. Period. Oh, thank you, Asta. Thanks. He'll forever be in your prayer. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you, Hera. Thank you, Malika. Thoughts on seeking arrangements, meeting a provider? I don't believe in doing stuff online, ma'am. But if that's the only way you could communicate with the outside world, that's the only connection you got to the outside world, then that's better than nothing. But I don't think that women should be meeting dudes from online websites. Okay. Y'all ask me this every single video. I don't care who's had success here and there. I don't care. Because they can have success with the next chick on that site as soon as you out of town. You know what I'm saying? Or they can remain on that site after you think that you're their woman. I don't believe in meeting men online on websites because that's where they're going to stay. Okay? That's their buffet. You want to be part of the buffet? People that go to buffets always go into buffets. They ain't going to stop going to buffets. So when you meet dudes online, just also remember that. Keep that in the back of your mind. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And plus, I don't feel like I wouldn't even feel special if I met someone online. Like on a dating website. I don't feel special. I'm sorry. You got to cross the room for me. You got to see me in person. Your heart got to skip a couple of beats. You got to make your way over to me. You got to feel like you just won the lottery when you see me for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that online crap. I'm sure that some people have been successful with it, but my standards are too high for that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you don't know where to meet people, it's because you don't get out your house. When you start going to places, you can meet people anywhere outside your house. And if you want to meet people with money, go to the rich side of town outside your house. Okay? It's common sense. The type of man you want to meet, go to where you think he would be hanging out. On a rich side of town, you want to meet a rich man? You want to meet a man with some money? Go to the rich side of town. What type of activities does this man that you're trying to attract do? Go over there. All right? It's just common sense, y'all. I know they don't teach that in school no more, but it's just literally common sense. Get off your couch, get off your phone, stop scrolling. Get up, look your best, get out there. Okay? There you go. La da 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 da. And don't trust, like, y'all sitting here And no offense to people that are meeting dudes online. I'm just going to tell you how I feel. Y'all are sitting here trusting these dudes that y'all are meeting online who is talking to everybody that will give them attention online from wherever else. Don't even have any real chemistry. They didn't even take a risk to meet you. Okay? No thanks. If you're not risking public rejection in order to be in my presence and make yourself known, I don't want you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said, what if you don't fancy any man? Do you fancy any money? Well, some men got plenty, so fancy their money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Most women that are smart and love themselves and don't need validation from the outside, they don't fancy men. They fancy what the man can do for them. Think about this. Do you fancy a job or do you fancy the paycheck? Same thing. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Who is sitting here texting me? Oh, someone is cash apping me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see what she said. Oh, hold on. I'm going to get you a second. Okay. You shocked him in a good way. He's silent in thinking. Okay, well, that's good. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let him simmer. Thank you. Miss Sasha Banker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so you met a sugar daddy on a dating app and he's a doctor. He took you to a private club in the rich spot of town. Okay, Isabella. However, he seems hesitant to give money. How could I use power of suggestion, second date to go shopping? Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You tell him, I really like where you took me. I really like spending time with you. But I am afraid that I don't have the type of, clothes that I, feel comfortable in around, your surroundings. So I'm going to need to go shopping. And I think it would be fun for us to go pick out stuff together. If you don't mind, I really, would love your opinion on certain styles and dresses and things like that, since we're going to be going out to dinner and things like that. So you suggest that he comes and helps you pick out a few items. And of course, if he's got money and if he's a provider, he's going to pay for them. Uh-oh. A coffer? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. Okay, so you just started to live in London and you feel a bit nervous about the rich area to find provider. Okay. You're 28. Please help me. Girl, you're 28. You're supposed to already be over there getting this money from a long time ago. You're supposed to have been over there at 22. All right. You late. So stop feeling nervous. If that's the type of lifestyle you want, you better get over there and go get it, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get serious. Main character energy. Get to work, ma'am. Get your look together, get your outfits together, go people watching, see what people are wearing, doing, or whatever. Get your mentality correct. Get over there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I remember, I think it was in the spring. I was out and about with my daughters and we were going to brunch. And we were shopping in a very nice shopping center. And we had just, finished our brunch. And I see a table of ladies and they're like looking at me because they recognize me because they watch this channel. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's SheRaSeven. And they're like want to take a picture and all this stuff. And they were, you know, they were brunching together in the very nice part of town, looking all extra sprinkle like, okay. Everybody was there with their sugar daddies that were in this, you know, little shopping center and area. Everybody goes there for brunch to shop, you know. So what I'm saying is those ladies were younger. I'm sure they were way younger than 28, and they had no problem being where they wanted to be. So the lesson is get where you want to be and stop being nervous. The only reason that you're nervous is because you don't feel like you deserve it, or that's where you're supposed to be. If you have problems trying to fit in, go prior and people watch, get fashion tips, watch people, watch mannerisms, and then put all of that information that you've gathered into actions when you go over there. It's literally that simple. Okay. You said in another video, I said, if you're a supermodel pretty, men will not approach you if they think you're too perfect. You'll need a little quirk about yourself to look more approachable. Yeah. That's why I said, don't fix everything about yourself to make yourself look perfect. Some of y'all are doing too much with your looks, and it's deterring men. Let me tell y'all a secret. A lot of people ask me why I don't do this and why I don't do that and why I don't fix that and why I don't fix this. Because I don't have to. Perfection is not the goal as far as looks. Attraction is. So if you look too perfect, like I said, you need a little quirk. You need something that makes them less intimidated enough to approach, to make them think they have a little chance at least. You know, it could be a silly laugh. It could be you not having the perfect veneer, straight, glow in the dark teeth smile. It could be anything. How to stand out when you're an average looking, you're working on your self-confidence and making positive changes. You're 40, but you look younger and petite. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Anybody can not look average. All you need is makeup skills and nice skin. Okay, you can do that, man. Get your makeup skills together. Y'all see what these ladies look like, or these supermodels look like without makeup on? Y'all see how people can transform just because of makeup? Get your makeup skills up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Skincare. Skincare will take you a long way, and it's the perfect palette for makeup. And remember, never trust a dusty that says that you don't need makeup or you don't need all that. Of course you don't need it, but you want it. You want to stand out. You want to look good. You want to attract. You want to be attractive. You don't need anything but food, water, and shelter. You want to look attractive. You don't need to look attractive. You want to look attractive. So when a dusty says, I don't like all that makeup on you, or you don't need all that makeup, well, guess what? You're right. I don't need it, but I want it. And if you can't afford my needs and wants, then I'm so sorry for you. Okay? It's not about what they like, because they like it if they're looking at it, if that's how they met you. They like it if they look at it on Instagram and click like on other ladies' pictures. They like it if they break their necks looking at a woman that has makeup on. They like it. They just don't want you to feel confident and like looking that way, because other men like it too. So remember that. Okay. You said exactly. Women's ability to enchant and attract what they want through their appearance is their power. Exactly. They're trying to take away your power. Now, listen. Listen. I'm not saying you're not beautiful without it, but I'm saying you are more attractive and enticing with it. Think about it. It's like perfume. You can take a shower and smell clean, but when you add that perfume, it's another story. See? When you add that makeup, it's a whole nother dimension. Let me get into this quantum physics right quick. On your own, you're good, you're natural, you're clean. But when you start adding other elements to it, you're creating a whole nother aura, a whole nother level of attraction, a whole nother dimension to snare the senses. Okay? You ain't just sitting there vibrating on the basic frequency, darling. You're using the five senses. You're invoking thoughts, memories. You're using color to excite the brain. You're doing more than you think. Okay? Some of y'all walking around vibrating on a basic frequency. Some of y'all ain't. So do more. Do more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do you think when they sell products, they enhance the packaging? Why do you think when they sell products, they enhance the packaging? They don't need all this. They can just put this in a regular old glass bottle with a screw top cap. They don't need that. Why? What are you actually paying for when you purchase something like this? What costs more, the packaging or the product? What costs more, the packaging or the product? Most of the rich men in town golf, should you take lessons? Sure. Yes, Miss West. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You don't get on that golf club, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get in that driving range. Thank you, Peculiar Princess. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Best incense for manifesting money. Currently, you use jasmine and repelling dusties. Well, good, ma'am. They got money incense. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think I might have my store linked in the description bar where you can get incense too. But yes, the packaging is what costs the most out of most products. So when a man tells you you don't need all that, that's okay. Because you know what makes you pick stuff up off the shelf and take it home and want to invest in it and display it? The packaging. Get your stuff together. Make sure you look good. Okay? Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the dust. Don't believe yourself when you brainwash yourself into thinking that you don't need extra. Because look, if you're sitting on the shelf next to some plain packaging and you're some nice packaging, I'm just going to use an example. Okay. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings because here we go. All right. Now, hold on. Let me show y'all an example. Let me get my stuff together because, you know, where did it go? Okay, hold on. I have to reach back here to grab something. All right, here we go. So let's say you want to order some oils, or you're going to the store buy some oil. You see this on the shelf, and you see this on the shelf. Which one do you want? They both smell the same. Which one you want? You want this one? Are you attracted to this one? Or are you attracted to this one? You're attracted to this one, right? You want this one. All right. Put your makeup and get your hair done, get your nails done, ladies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And you can charge more. Okay. Don't believe the dust when they tell you you don't need that. They don't like that. They can't afford that. The uh, marketing is not wrong. But if you work in healthcare, okay, well, when you get off work, go do what you got to do. You can, if you can't wear nails, at least have your hands looking neat. You know what I'm saying? And when I say get your nails done, I don't mean you have to put on fake nails. I mean keep them pretty. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all don't listen to what I say. When I say get your nails done, it doesn't mean go and get all this stuff done on yourself. It means make sure they look pretty. Whatever you decide to do when you get in the nail shop, according to whatever you're doing for a living and consideration and all this kind of stuff, make sure it looks pretty and not just blah. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said throw some oil on your hands, okay? Keep your skin looking cute. Keep your hair, makeup, da da da. Yeah. All right. Don't trust in the dust. They don't know what they're talking about. That's why they broke and dusty. All right. If you sitting there taking advice and listening to somebody that has nothing to offer you, then who's the dumb one? Some of y'all ladies literally sit there and value the opinions of a man that can't pay not even one of your bills. Okay. Y'all literally be subscribed to people that can't even pay one of your utility bills if they had to. That's why I don't understand it. I don't like when women ask, well, what about if a Dusty said this? Or what about if a Dusty said that? Well, what about it? They said what they said, but it doesn't make it valid or true. Otherwise, they'd be more successful if their knowledge and their information was worth anything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. You said is a drug dealer Dusty? Yes, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Unless they find a way to legally get out of it and leave that career behind. You know, a lot of people start off doing certain things and then they switch up to legal businesses. If they're not smart enough to switch up to a legal business, yes, they're Dusty. Okay. And listen, ladies, it's not a flex if a drug dealer likes you. That ain't no flex. It's a flex when a man that has turned whatever his business was into what it should have been in the first place, legal. Then it's nice when they like you, when they're legal. All right. It's not a flex to be dating no drug dealer. It's a flex to be dating a businessman or a man that has money. Thank you, Goddess Frequency. You just bought a wig and you feel so self-conscious about the lace. How can I fix it? I don't know. Go find a lace fixing video on YouTube. They got all them wigologists and wig professionals on YouTube. Please go watch some videos. Cause I don't know. I just cut all my lace off and stick it on there. I don't put hardly no glue or nothing because I like my edges. So go find a YouTube channel and see if you can learn a few things. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or sometimes if you take it to a professional, they can do all that stuff and install it for you. Some places that do hair also install wigs. So thank you, Aries. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You have been in a relationship for 15 years and you're 37, one kid, and he proposed. Everything was wrong, lazily done. No, I no longer want him. Am I a placeholder? Ma'am, you've been there so long. It's time. It ain't time for the marriage. It looks like it's time for the divorce. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, so you've been in a relationship for 15 years. Okay. I've been married for 17 years. And you just getting proposed to after 15. So yes, you are the placeholder. And I would not, I don't know, I wouldn't have been there for no 15 years. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I can tell you. I would have been dating several. I would have had several if it's been 15 years. Okay. Here's my thing. And not to put you down, but how could you even live under I hope he was paying 100% of them bills. Because to me, it sounds like if he wasn't, then you got a 15-year-old roommate situation. You got a 15-year roommate situation happening. And you just happen to have a kid. I hope you ain't paying no bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Honestly, you already been there for 15 years. You already had his kid. What you gonna do now? You asking me if you should take his proposal because it was sloppily done? Well, let me be honest with you, ma'am. You don't give him a reason to do more. You haven't given him a reason to want to put in no effort because you already accepted him as he was. So whatever he's doing, the bare minimum or whatever, he knows that's enough for you because you've been there for 15 years. All right. So honestly, he's actually doing you a favor by even asking you to marry him because you would have stayed whether he had or not. All right. He's putting in low effort because you don't require effort. Your standards ain't high. And I'm just being honest with you. If you want to change that around, then you need to change yourself first. You got to change yourself first. Whatever he did, if it wasn't good enough, you can't even really make demands because he didn't even have to ask you to marry him because you've already been there for 15 years. So it starts from day one. It starts from day one. I'm sorry to break the news to you, ma'am, but he didn't even have to do that and you still would have been there. So if I were you, I would just be happy that somebody asked you to marry them after not even having to after 15 years. Okay? Because you didn't require the most. And I'm just being honest. Teach your children better. Teach your nieces better. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said it should be a felony to be dusty. Let's see. Nara asks, she says she's been with this man for 2 months. He's 19 years older than her, loving and a provider. But you fear he'll leave you when he sees your cancer scar. Then don't show him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make him invest a lot of money first, man, before you show him anything. They got prosthetics now. Keep your bra on. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Milk it. Literally, milk him for all he got. Then you can see later on after he's invested a lot. Chances are if you make this man invest a lot, he's going to be more understanding and have a more emotional connection to you later on. Don't reveal stuff too soon. Let the mystery unfold. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Someone says they bet he already knows. Okay. Don't tell people stuff that they don't need to know yet. You said 2 months of dating. All right. He don't need to know yet. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't be in a rush to tell people stuff that they don't need to know. What you think about first loves? Can it last forever? Girl. What do you think about first pancakes? Thank you, Miss Stella. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The thing I think about first loves is the same thing I think about first pancakes. It smelled good. It looked good. but then the edges get burnt, and you gotta put it on the plate. It's not it's not what you prefer. You know what I'm saying? The first love is the first pancake, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, yeah, yeah. How long after breakup should you wait before dating again? You should have been dating at the same time. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know what you're doing. All right. Smooth transitions, man. They're already supposed to be waiting in line on your DMs, or you've already met them. They could be friend zoned, or you could be just talking to them on the side. You should have already had one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You should have one waiting in the rafters. That's how long. Not at all. Immediately, like exactly. Because that's what men are going to be doing. Men are immediately going to move on. Why do you have to sit there? Take a break, girl. You should have had already a replacement waiting in line. Okay. Now, you don't have to tell people this. We don't have to tell the world that. But that's what you got in your arsenal. All right. I know some women are concerned about what it may look like on the outside or what people will think of you. Well, then don't tell them. I'm only telling y'all because y'all need to know, but y'all ain't got to tell nobody else. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. But never trust no dusty. If you dealing with a dusty, if you're listening, okay. If you're a grown woman and you listening to a dusty, if you are letting a dusty lead you, if you are living with the dusty, if you're not getting totally provided for by that man, and you actually listen to what he says, consider what he says, or believes in whatever he's doing, then you're stupid. You know why? Because he can't even prove himself to himself. Okay? I'm just telling y'all. If you got a bad dream of him cheating, should you bring it up? No, fool. No. First of all, I'm sorry for calling you a fool, but it is foolish to bring up a dream that you had about somebody doing something. Who cares? Do you think they care, or are they just gonna think you crazy? I need to tell y'all, stop telling everybody everything. Y'all want to go tell your mama, go tell your sister, go tell AI, the apps that you can download. Go tell them. Okay? Y'all doing way too much. Don't no one care. Perhaps your subconscious mind is showing you how insecure you are and how much you like that man more than he likes you. Since he ain't dreaming about you cheating, but you dreaming about him. You fear losing this man to another woman because you value him more than you value yourself. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, sweet tea. Appreciate that. When you go to sleep at night, your brain, your mind, and your subconscious mind is letting out what needs to be let out. You're subconsciously insecure and you fear that man cheating on you. If he's not dreaming about you cheating on him, he's very secure in his relationship. He don't fear losing you, not one bit. So your subconscious mind is telling you that you're a little bit insecure about this relationship and you need to focus more on yourself. He said it's strict around here. Y'all know I'm just playing with y'all, but sometimes y'all need to hear it like that in order to listen. Because if you say something in a nice way, you're not gonna take it seriously. You're gonna be like, oh, well, that's, yeah. But if you hear it in a more serious manner, you're gonna literally consider it and think on it a little harder. Okay, because I got kids. When I ask them to do something nicely, sometimes it don't get done. You got to threaten them first. Okay, like, if you don't take that laundry up the stairs, I'm gonna put it in the trash. Would you mind taking that laundry upstairs? Yes. Would you mind taking that? Okay, don't forget to take your laundry. Don't forget to take your laundry upstairs. It's still on the stairs 5 days later until you threaten to take and throw it in the trash. Then it gets moved immediately. You see what I'm saying? Called tough love. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Then you ask yourself, why didn't you just threaten them in the first place? Well, now, I was trying to be nice. Okay. Let me see. Let me read some of these questions. Okay. No, don't trust in dusties, y'all, because they're going to lead you astray. Notice ain't no dusties come up in the chat yet. Where the dusties at? What is it, lunch break time? Oh, got a couple of more minutes. Okay. Why do y'all keep asking me? I don't know if y'all are bots, because you know what? I think some of y'all are like fake or bots or like NPCs or something, because y'all keep asking the same exact question that common sense has the answer to. So I can only assume. And if you're not a bot, I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway. Perhaps they're just new to the channel. That's okay. You say you'll get shy when you talk to a man that you're attracted to. Then stop talking to attractive men and talk to men with money who ain't that attractive. Then you run the show. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Do you ever notice how your personality changes and how you deal with people depending on how they look and what they have? Pay attention to yourself next time you get around people. Who are you the most confident around that is the most beneficial to you? That's your target. All right. So just start paying attention to yourself. Be more self-aware. Stop making excuses and stop living in fear and stop living, from, a perspective where you're not benefiting. Figure it out. Okay. Oh, Aries, sprinkle, sprinkle. You want to do better. You want better and you want to leave. But I don't work. Okay, well then, okay. Your first thing to do is get some money and get a job. All right. You've been staying for the kid. Okay, great. You're scared and you don't know where to start. First of all, get you a sugar daddy on the side who can do something for you. That's number one. Stack your money or work from home. Those are your options. All right. We live in an era where people can work from home and not leave their house. We live in the era where you don't even have to change out of your pajamas to get paid. You got to want it enough to go do your research and your due diligence to get it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Most people know the answers to the questions, but they think they should be an alternative answer that suits their tendencies to people please. Yes, Cat Lady Without a Cat does reviews. Every time I say your name, it's hilarious. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's true. You want to be validated. They want to be validated in their choice, but they want a solution that allows them to stay in their comfort zone. Okay, well, I just gave you a solution, ma'am, to stay in your comfort zone at home. Get an online job. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or online sugar daddy. Or both. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You gotta want it, man. You gotta go get your research skills together or research the type of job that you can actually do from home. Save your money and do what you gotta do. Okay. Thank you. Why did he disappear after promising you and show you how much he loved me? Because he lied, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sorry. But y'all need to understand, if a man mouth moving, he lying. If it's not backed up with no money, he's lying. Might as well be. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't hear nothing. I just see stuff. It's the money in my hand. Then you lying. All right. This all you see. Don't listen. If you don't see nothing in your hand, it's a lie. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Men who love you provide. Men who love you, they take action. They don't just talk. All right. AI can talk. Go talk to AI, man, if you need validation and love. They got them AI boyfriends out there for you. If that's all you need is some words. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, you said your boyfriend broke up with you and did what? Said he's mentally unstable. You are heartbroken and feeling like he used you for... Girl, if he ain't paying no bills, he used you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Look, I'm not claiming... Don't claim a man unless he's a provider. That's number one, and you'll never get your heart broken again. All right? Listen to my words. Stop claiming men who aren't providing. Now, if you're very young and your man is not old enough to be a provider, he can be a gifter. All right? He can buy you nice gifts, take you nice places. Okay? If you're very young and he's not old enough to provide, he could still be a gifter. And he can pay on dates. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, AE. Should you still see a guy in January that you matched in October? He now goes days without talking to me. We used to talk every day. I live in... Okay. Girl, what? Okay, AE, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm so sorry, but I'm getting ready to get you. Okay, brace yourself. This is going to be tough love. Ma'am, are you ugly? That's number one. My question, my number one question. Do you wear makeup and are you ugly? Because if you got to get online and go search for somebody all the way across the country and you live in Texas, where there's millionaires every time you walk out the door and they be eating down here, then I can't help you. You need to get in that mirror, work your magic, get you some makeup tutorials, get your hair together, put your outfit together, because there ain't no reason you should be online dating somebody across the country and you live in Texas, home of a million billionaires. Girl, go learn how to do some makeup. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get offline and go outside. You in Texas, man. Everywhere you walk, you're going to bump into a billionaire or a millionaire. You in Austin, all them politicians, all that dirty money, girl, get your money. All right? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't do it. How you going to meet with somebody that live in a whole nother state? You finna fly yourself out? Is he flying to you? Are you making desperate pick Misha moves? I don't know. Okay, you wear makeup and extensions. You want to leave Texas. Why would you want to leave Texas? We got money here and you can eat. Anyway, I don't know why you want to leave Texas, but honestly, you want to leave Texas to go to DC? Are you running for president, man? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Honestly, I don't like that idea. I think you can do much better than some match from online that lives across the country. I think people that meet people online across the country from different places, they should just be friends. Okay? Why can't you pull somebody in your town? Why can't you pull one of these millionaires out here or six-figure dudes? What's wrong with you that you can't get it here? If you really want to move for yourself, not no man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I don't like the idea of being that desperate. That's just my opinion. I'm so sorry. But it sounds very desperate. You should have one here, there, and wherever you go. Okay? Don't be that woman that moves across the country for some dude. That flies out to meet some dude. Don't be that woman. If he could come to you and meet you, take you out to a nice dinner and take you shopping, great. You win. But don't be taking people seriously that you met online. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you want to move to Dallas? Yeah, I mean, like, if you're online, to me, that means you don't have faith and hope in yourself to meet people in real life. And I think people with high self-esteem and high self-confidence can meet people anywhere they go. You said you knew it was bad. Thanks. Yeah. Don't put yourself out there like that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I appreciate you being able to take it, the tough love, because I was trying to help you. Meet somebody here. You might not want to move if you meet somebody nice here where you are. Okay. You said hustlers can hustle anywhere. Okay, so like Dusties have literally had an effect on so many women because they don't value you. And because you're used to seeking out validation from men, any type of man, don't even matter if they dusty or not, you start to value the opinions of these dusties and it mentally works on you. And so if you stop valuing the opinions of dust, naturally your self-esteem is going to soar. Okay? Because first of all, why do you value the opinions of some man that can't pay bills? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think you acquired taste. Okay, speaking of Houston, you live in DC, but always wanted to live there. You trying to get to the bag down there, okay? Y'all seen that movie, The Holiday, where they switched places and lived in each other's houses? That's what y'all need to go do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. I think that was the name of the movie. I can't remember. What if after getting all that we want provided for, leveled up, we want more? Thank you, Katrina. Then get you another one. What if you have a luxury vehicle, but you want another one? Get another one. What if you're a man and you're a billionaire and a millionaire and you have the perfect supermodel wife and you want more? What do? They go out and what? Get another one. We live, this may not be morally correct to some people, but people still gonna do it. So listen, we live in a society of abundance. We live in a society of being able to have what you want. If you feel like you have to put limits on your desires and wants, then put those limits on there. If you feel like you don't, then you don't have to. It's all up to you as an individual person. Now, some people, one is enough. But if you sitting there and telling me you want more, then go get more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Amani. It says attending the holiday party for the Maryland State Police at the state capitol. Any tips? They aren't off-street officers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Find the highest paid one and make sure he ain't a stalker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then don't tell him your real name, just in case. There you go. Never be so desperate. Fake name. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to meet men. You are in a small town in Texas. Drive to a town with more people. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or if they have a car, they could drive to you, ma'am. If you got to meet people online because you ain't got no car, if that's your only way. Social media is probably better than dating websites. And then they can drive to you. But yeah, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said I missed your super chat. Hold on. What do I think about designer bags? You heard wealthy people even buy fakes, and people would not even know the difference. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. There's lots of information out there about people who buy real bags, fake bags, or both. So if you're poor and you don't have the money to just go out and buy a real bag without missing a beat, you're going to save up, or you're going to ask people to buy you bags or gift you bags because it's something that's a luxury to you, right? And it's a symbol of wealth and a status symbol. So you're going to want to have it if you are trying to look wealthy. If you already are wealthy, you can buy it if you want to. It's not necessary. Even if it's fake, you're fine. It doesn't matter to you. You don't even care. All right. If you're super wealthy and rich, you are what makes the bag actually more valuable. If you carry it, if you're influencing the masses to think that that is what's hot. See? So it just depends on your status level and your true wealth level of whatever you're carrying. Okay. Most of the average people will carry something real at a moderate price, but they're not overly concerned about people thinking it's fake or real. Only poor people fear if people think their bag is fake or real, because they want to appear a certain way. You get it? There are some people that will not buy fake stuff because of fear of what other people think, because they don't want to be labeled as broke. But you can't be labeled as broke if you're rich. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. There are lots of women out here with fake Birkin bags because they can't get a real Birkin bag because they make you wait or buy some crap that you don't want first. You know what I'm saying? And people think it's real anyway if you are rich, so it doesn't matter. Okay. I missed your super chat. I just answered it. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. When do you leave on a date? When it's over. When it's over. Where are you? Are you at a restaurant? Like when the bill come after he pay? I don't know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I just answered your question, Selena's life. I just answered your question about the designer bag. I just answered it. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Rewind. Can you give some parenting tips on raising confident girls? Be confident yourself. They follow your example, ma'am. Be an example. That's the best thing I can tell you. How to do this to feel like you're not using men. The same way men pursue you sexually without feeling like they're using you for sex. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. When a man approaches you and talks to you and lies to you and tells you what you want to hear just to get closer and closer so he can get some, do you think he's feeling guilty? I don't think he is. Have you ever heard a man say, you know what, I can't do this. I feel too bad. Or he just gonna get it. Okay, it's good that you feel guilty because it means that you now realize how brainwashed you are and you can literally pinpoint that you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed if you feel guilty for wanting a man to provide. That's his job, ma'am. That's the reason he exists, to provide and protect. But you sitting over here now realizing how brainwashed you have become because you actually feel the guilt that society has put upon you to become a servant in a patriarchal society and not allow a man to do his one job, which is provide. So now you know that you've brainwashed. What you gonna do about it? You'll wake up and let that man do his one job that he's supposed to do, which is provide? Yes, you are. That's what you're going to do. You're going to let him provide and you're not going to feel guilty about it because that's his job. That's what he's supposed to do. That's the only way he can impress you. Otherwise, why do you need him sitting in your face? Why do you need a grown, able-bodied man sitting in your face if he can't do nothing for you? Okay? Unless you're desperate and you seek validation from men just to give you the attention that you can't get anywhere else because you don't put in effort and you don't know your value as a woman. That's the only thing I can think of. The only reason you would feel guilt is because you don't think you deserve it. And the validation is quite enough. Oh, you don't have to give me nothing. Just tell me I'm pretty and lie to me. Oh, you don't have to pay no bills. Just show up and be seen in public with me and tell me I'm pretty. That's all you want? I don't. I need some money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just hold my hand in public and be seen out in public with me to assure me that I am somewhat attractive, even though I know that I am not all of that. No, get your money. Look good, get your money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The only reason you will feel guilty for taking a man's money is because you think you don't deserve it. Thank you. Charity Sky Grace says she just stopped by to show support. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Someone's careless says if a man is not spending money on you, then he's spending it on another woman. That's true. Thank you, Bratty Princess. It says Steve Harvey said money would have no meaning without women. He's a provider. That's true. It would have no meaning unless you had a woman to spend it on. When should a man start providing? Day one. Day one. They should be providing food, drink, whatever else you need to be seen out in public with them. Sometimes before day one, if you talk it on the phone long enough. Day one. Okay, they should be providing something, a gift, a gesture, meals, whatever, drinks. So for some people get provided transportation. I don't know. Okay. Now, ladies, if you're listening to this and you don't feel like you deserve it or you don't feel like you are able to get it, that's because you are not leveled up enough, or you're targeting the wrong people, or you're going and looking at the wrong type of men. Okay. So you could literally be beautiful and you could be trying to get this type of treatment from maybe guys your own age or super attractive dudes. Okay. They don't have to do that for you because Pygmesia is doing it for them. Remember, Pygmesia goes after looks first and foremost. So all those very attractive guys have women in their DMs pursuing them. Understand this first. If you're an attractive woman, what do you have? Do you have people that's trying to give to you as well? They may not look as good as you. They may not look as good as the attractive man that you find attractive. But they're offering you an attractive lifestyle, attractive gifts, and an attractive bank account. You are the attractive one in the relationship. You are the one that can get what you want in the relationship. Meanwhile, the attractive man is attracting Pygmesia, and he's getting what he wants in the relationship. You know? Believe me, there are guys that have told me, there are men that have actually, been on this channel collabing with me. Y'all know some of them. And they will tell me right after they get off the camera and they get to their social media how many Pygmesias are in their DMs from these videos. So I know Pygmesia is watching because she's pursuing men out here, sliding up in their DMs because they looking good. And yes, they be telling me. So if you're a Pygmesia and you looking for men because of how they look, and yes, they may have some money, but Pygmesia is the one that pursues. Remember that. No matter how good you look, ma'am, if you pursuing, you still Pygmesia. That's it. And you're less attractive to them after that. Let me let y'all know. You are literally less attractive to a successful man if you start pursuing them. You know, it's more attractive, a woman who knows her worth and has options and doesn't have to pursue, but only attracts. How I get a guy to pay your son's tuition? By telling him it's for something else and then just giving it to wherever it needs to get. Tell them it's for something else for you. All right. Don't be telling people all your business and too much. Tell them it's for something else and then pay what it is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said that's crazy how women can chase men. Exactly. Like, don't be chasing no grown man. If they're not chasing you, you ain't the prize. And keep that in your mind. Okay. All right. So let me give y'all a little hint and a clue. Now, some of the women on this channel, they're not 100%, you know, where they want to be. Not all of them. Some of them still got pick-me-shit tendencies, and that's okay. Try to repress them. Or try to get over them. Try to move past them. If you getting ready to get up in a man's DM, slap yourself. If you getting ready to text that man who don't want you, slap yourself. Correct yourself. Stop doing that. You look desperate and like you can't attract. Okay? Stay out of the DMs of these dudes. This pick me like. Okay, unless you're doing business and it's money, you don't text nobody. You don't slide up in no dude's DMs. Even if you've been drinking or whatever you're doing. Okay? If you're gonna slide up in a DM, make it worth it. Get to that Elon Musk DM if you can find it. You're gonna be a pygmisha, be a pygmisha for the richest man in the world. Okay? Be bold if you're gonna do it. Don't be sitting up here being a pygmisha just for any old thing. Girl, you getting the Elon Musk DM, talk about fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Girl, go ahead and serenade them if you got to. But don't be no pick-me-sha for no regular dudes. Don't be out here being pick-me-sha. I mean, you gonna do it, at least make a mockery out of it. What? Okay. Because that's what I would do. If I'm gonna ever be a pick-me-sha and slide up into the DM, I'm going to Elon Musk and I'm singing "Fly Me to the Moon." All right, that's it. That's all you getting out of me. Thank you, Orion Sprinkle Sprinkle. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm. You got one guy you really like. Apparently, he just got some inheritance. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, hopefully he really likes you and he likes you a lot more. Goddess Warrior, she put up all the thumbs. You said skipping Musk and going for Trump, Danny. Girl. Okay. I don't think Melania is going to fight you. I don't think she's going to fight. She'll be like, you can have him. I don't care. You'll be first and a half lady. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said Elon gonna have a ton of DMs today. Tell him who sent you, ma'am. Tell him who sent you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Then tell him to give me one of them Tesla robots too. Okay, I need me a Tesla robot. All right. Y'all can get a hold to them. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think Kim K is sliding in his DMs lately. Well, he sent her a Cybertruck and a Tesla robot because he knows she's an influencer and people are going to watch her content and want whatever it is that she is, promoting. That's just marketing. So I be promoting stuff too, Elon. Just send me some robots. You could keep that truck, but I want the robot. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nivwa. You're 19. You moved in with your boyfriend, and after 3 months, he treats your expenses as his own. He's stagnant in his career, and you've drained your savings. Reality check me. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Where is your other one? You are 19 years old. You should have about 3-4 of them, ma'am. All bills paid, living your best life. What you doing? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Let me tell you a secret. That man ain't gonna marry you. That's not your husband. You wasting time and depleting your money. Time is money. Get to getting. Where's your next man? Well, that has the money. You see what you don't want. Now, what do you want? Make a list of all the stuff you want your man to be able to do for you, because you know what you got and what he can't do for you. So the next time you go out and about, dress to attract the type of man that can do more for you. Stop settling for crumbs. Okay? That's not your husband. He ain't going to be in your life much longer. He's unambitious. He's too young to do anything for you in the first place. You want more, go get more. Sprinkle, sprinkle, because he ain't going to do it for you. You can replace him while you're there. He don't care. He knows you ain't wifey either. Okay? You're a placeholder. Act like it. Don't spend your money on placeholder. Don't spend your savings on placeholder. You just depleted your savings for placeholder. Okay? Don't do it. Sprinkle, get up. Time to go. It's time to start meeting other people. You could stay until you meet somebody else to replace them. I don't care. Do what you got to do. Make sure they older, because you know they got money. Thank you, Journey to Perfection. Robot voice, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You better slide up in Elon Musk DMs or something, child. That's the only one y'all are permitted to slide up in their DM, Elon, because you know he ain't gonna answer you back or even probably see it. But it's good practice, ma'am. How to attract someone with money? By looking like you only date men with money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And going to areas where men with money are. Go to rich area town, look like you only date rich men. That simple. Thank you, Mate J. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're shy, but you are helping. I'm helping you find your confidence. Well, that's good. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shy people, they're not main characters. You got to be a main character in this world. Okay. Gina. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. She just sent me 99.99. I appreciate that. Yes. Hi, Shira. Thank you for the wisdom throughout the years and contributing to your level up in financial success for years to come. Have a blessed and merry holiday. Oh, thank you, Miss Gina. I appreciate that. Or is it Gina? Well, thank you, girl. She sprinkled me this season. I appreciate it. Thank you, CNC. Is there a difference between pursuing him and reciprocating energy? I ignore provider a lot because I like my solitude. He thinks I'm not interested. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, the only way, if you're going to reciprocate energy, it needs to be beneficial energy. So If you're going to talk to him or make contact with him, it always needs to be about some money, because then he will stop complaining if you stop reciprocating or, contacting him as much, because every time you contact him, he knows it's going to be about some money. So he's not going to care if you don't contact him as much. You see, if y'all are just doing a small talk, of course he's going to be like, well, why didn't she want to say hi to me? Why didn't she want to say good morning to me? Why didn't she want to see how my day was? Well, how was your day? I was thinking about you. I saw these cute shoes that I wanted, but the price was so high, and I know you would love them on my feet. Here's the link. You know what I'm saying? Attach it to money, and he's not going to be that sensitive. Thank you, Orion Sprinkle Sprinkle. 23, you just started doing. Oh, what? Okay. She says she's 23, dating a doctor, 34, from London. Any pointers? You really like him, and first date went great. Thank you. Okay, Sprinkle Sprinkle. Wonderful. You're 23 years old. Perfect age for a young doctor who probably still is in debt would be dating, because that's the only way he can impress you with his title and a nice restaurant. You really like him because he's a doctor, but is he spending money? Can he afford it? Do you just like his title? I really feel like you can date him for status, but also have other people in your roster that are spending and that can pay bills. Good job, but have others as well. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Thank you, Goddess Wild Red. Sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Appreciate that. All right. Date a doctor and a couple of other ones. Thank y'all for all the members that are here. Thank you. Let's see, Lorena Design. Don't recommend doctors. They don't recommend people from. Okay. Well, she's young. She needs to figure out things like that. But a lot of people will tell you don't date doctors, but keep them in your roster for free food. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They love to go out to restaurants. Okay. Dr. Free Food, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Save him under contacts if he only takes you to dinner. After the third or fourth date, if he ain't taking you nowhere but to eat, just save him under Dr. Free Food. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He said he doesn't want to do just dinner. Okay, well, what's he gonna do? Concerts, operas, symphonies, trips, shopping sprees. If he asks you what you want to do next, tell him shopping spree. Watch his face drop. Someone said vacation, girl. I don't know. He said he likes you and then do nothing about it. I blocked him and said next. Good for you, ma'am. If he's not proving that he likes you financially, then he's lying. If he ain't making moves to make you happy, he's lying. So don't trust in the dust. Actions, baby. You say you're tired of studying for your bachelor's and you don't want to do corporate job. You're tired of it. Then get you a sugar daddy, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Transform your look. If you need to transform your look to attract a man that's going to pay all your bills, let you not work anymore, and perhaps start your own business or just relax for a few years until you figure out what you really want to be doing. You need to get you a sponsor. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's the easiest way, the fastest way. Find your sponsor. Then you can relax. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, you're 19. You You got two boyfriends. One takes you to medical appointments and buys groceries, and the other one buys you luxury. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, then that's what I'm talking about. Yes, where's the third one? You need now. You need one to pay them bills. If you got bills, thank you. This is Asia. Thank you, Asia. You met a retired director of sales, freestyling, and he mentioned his divorce is almost vital. Should I fall back or spring forward? Girl, he lying. That's number one. He lying. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Number one, he's lying. That's his way of telling you he's married. When you hear the word almost, that means he's married. So do with that what you want to do. I don't care. You know me. I don't judge. But he's married and he's telling you he's married. So read between the lines. And if by some weird reason he's telling the truth, how fast do you think he's wanting to remarry? If he's getting ready to go through a divorce, how fast do you think he wants to remarry? Not very fast at all, right? So maybe you're just the rebound, the backup, or the mistress. Thank you, Kim. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But either way, if he's not offering you any money, then why are you even there? I don't care what he's going through. Where is your money? Okay, thank you, BL. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This generous guy you met started sending funds after the first date 4 different times without me asking. He seemed very into me, but then he ghosted and blocked right before our second date. What did I do wrong? Nothing, girl. You got your money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You ain't do nothing wrong. Obviously, you didn't respond the way that he thought you would. And so he got embarrassed and upset and he blocked you. That's okay. He'll be back. He invested. He'll be back later. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just make sure you got some more things to ask for. It's a game that some of these dudes play. When they come back, they think you're going to be like, oh, where did you go? And getting you used to the money and stuff. Why you need 2 more sending you money. So when they unghost you or when they try to come back, you still get paid from the other ones. Okay. That's okay. When you get somebody to give you money, that is your first indication to add another one to the roster. When you get somebody sending you money, you don't get comfortable. You say, okay, let's add another one. All right. So you get out there because you're getting money already. You ain't got to do nothing else right there. Now you say, okay, let's add another one to the roster. And before you know it, you're going to have 2 sending you money. After you get that second one sending you money, you say, oh, let's get another one. Now you got 3. If this one ghosts you, guess how many you have left? 2. Guess how many you can add back to the roster? Another one. So as soon as you get ones that start sending money and providing, go get another one right the same week. Get you another one. Add another one. All right. If you don't do that, it's like when you go get a new tire and they take the spare off of your the donut off or whatever. You got to go get a tire, another one, right? You got to buy another. You can't roll around on that spare tire because you got to put it back in there for backup. So you need, as soon as you get a provider, as soon as you get one, you go get another one the same week. If y'all don't understand why, the lady just told you. She met a guy who sent her a bunch of money and then he ghosted. What did she do wrong? I'm telling you what you did wrong. You didn't go get another one. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because he'll be back. And the other one should already be sending you money so that you won't have to skip a beat. Here's my mentality, because I'm so bold. If you can find a man to give you money, if you can find this type of professional person, if you can find this type, you can find a surgeon, if you can find a ball player, if you can find this, you can find another one. If you can get one, you can get two and three if you want three. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said some girls are not comfortable to be. I didn't say nothing about being intimate. That girl said that dude sent her money before they even met. If she can get one to do that, she can get two to do that. If she can go out to dinner and get gifts, free food, or somebody to maybe want to pay her one of her bills, she could get that too without ever doing any of those things. Just because you're dating someone, going out in public together, getting to know each other does not mean you are sleeping with anyone. That's what y'all need to understand. Y'all are so brainwashed out here. Some of y'all think that you have to sleep with a man to get him to give you money. That's how you get him to not give you no money. Okay? So, if y'all are used to giving it up to the dust and for nothing in exchange, that ain't my fault. I'm trying to tell y'all how to get this bag. Y'all automatically assume that you have to exchange something for it when you don't. That's your mind. And if you're dealing with a broke man, they're going to expect something from you because they can't give freely. They earn and work hard for that money. So they don't want to give anything free, which means they're going to insinuate that you owe them something, which means they don't have real money anyway, and you're not dealing with no real money. So if you are not dealing with real money, if you are dealing with someone that expects something in exchange for the hard work that they've done in order to give you something, you're dealing with someone that has limited funds and are probably going to want more and more. And you're probably going to end up doing more and more. So make sure you get a man who doesn't need you to do anything in exchange and that he's just giving you money to impress you or to make you smile, or to make sure you're taken care of while you're in his presence or dating him. Because it's not a flex if your woman looks like she needs something or can't do the most, but you're sitting there with her on your arm in public, but she riding around with mismatched doors on her car. Or she walking around looking like, you know, who did it and why. No, the biggest flex of a successful man is that his woman looks up to par, standing next to her, and is fully provided for and taken care of, and they don't have to want for anything because it makes him look bad. You get it? So, for example, let's see what Dusty is in here. Adrian, if you had a girlfriend and you couldn't supply her every need, and she's out with her friends, and they say, hey, let's go eat. And you have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I can't afford that because I have a dusty boyfriend and I can't afford to go eat there. You're going to look bad. And your girlfriend's friends are going to tell you quick, fast, and in a hurry that you need to get a better man. She needs to get a better man, or she needs to cheat on you, or she needs to replace you with somebody that can actually do something for her. And then every time those friends see you, they're going to frown and just see you as a dusty. Your status level is going to go way down with her friends and family. You get it? So the biggest flex is to be able to take care of your woman. It is. And then, especially if she's hanging around women who have provider husbands or boyfriends, they're not going to want to hang out with your girlfriend no more if she can't afford nothing because she's with some dusty. Then they're going to dismiss her and tell her to go hang out with Pig Misha them. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to be dealing with any woman if you can't afford one, because it's going to make you look even worse to everybody in her life. Okay? And a lot of Dusties don't know this. A lot of Dusties don't realize people secretly don't like you in your girlfriend's life. They mama don't like you, they daddy don't like you, they cousin don't like you, they friends don't like you, they coworkers don't like you at all. They tolerate you and they smile in your presence, but they know the tea behind the scene. They know all your dusty secrets. So, because your woman be talking and your woman be trauma dumping on these people because you broke and can't afford her. All right. So when you get in public, you think you meet somebody for the first time, they know all your secrets. They know all your dusty secrets and they don't like you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Pick Misha done told him everything. And she's even made excuses for you to make you even look more pathetic. So when Dusties are sitting in here bragging on, that's why this and that's why that, and I'm not going to do that for no woman, we already know. Because you can't. Okay. This is why, okay, let me tell y'all another secret. If you're in a dusty relationship and you trauma dump to all your friends and family members about your dusty man, don't continue to bring him around them because they're not going to like him and they're going to treat him bad and they're going to, they're going to be like, okay, if you want to keep your dusty protected, don't bring them around anybody who you trauma dumped on and made excuses for your dusty in front of. Mm-hmm. What if you're 22 and then 23 next year and never had a boyfriend, no roster? Well, then you are a late bloomer and you need to get going. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Should you take back your man if he cheated? Only if he pays to get taken back. How much he paying? What's he buying? What kind of car you want? What's your upgrade vehicle looking like? You fit to meet you at the car dealership? How much you need in your savings account? What is he willing to offer you in order to take him back? Why would you take anybody back for free? That's dumb. Okay. Y'all ever watch those movies where like they're like police movies and the detectives, they be doing stuff all out of order, all out of whack, and then they get fired, they get their badge took. And so they go solve the crime on their own, and then they hired back and they give them their badge back. It's kind of like they got to earn their way back onto the force. Okay. They got to earn their way back in a major way. They got to make headlines. Okay. Where the money? If you just taking people back after they done cheated on you, what you doing? You in an open relationship, go get you another one. Pick Mishas are saying it's hard to find rich men, and here I am having 2 boyfriends spoiling me. Okay, careless. It's hard to find rich men, and where they at? They need to go to rich side of town. Okay. Okay. What do you think about men doing everything you asked them to do? Tesla robot, sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes, everybody wants one. You keep attracting average guys close to Dusty's. Am I the problem? Where are you meeting them at? Are you on the average side of town? Where are you putting yourself in order to attract and meet people? Put yourself where there's less average men. Thank you, Brittany. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Shira, you're amazing. Your provider has gifted you around 50K this year. He is close to a billionaire. How do I get more? Ask him for more. Let your taste level go up. Like once you're used to a certain level, there's only the next level to get to. So start improving little by little. And what you're going to want and require in life is going to start costing more. So start leveling up your taste, your fashion, your everything little by little, and it's going to cost more and you're going to require more. And so it's not going to be a problem because he's going to be subtly getting used to it, so on and so forth. Okay. And he's a billionaire, so who cares? You said you know you can do better, but your baby daddy won't let you be great. Then go be great without him, ma'am. On the side. Have you some on the side that will let you be great. Don't let your baby daddy stand in the way of your husband or your sugar daddy. Okay? Y'all keep talking about these baby dads. I don't hear nothing about no husband. Go and do what you got to do. Don't let your baby daddy stand in the way of you finding your husband or your sugar daddy. All right? A baby daddy is not a relationship status. It is a parental title. They are simply a parent. They are not your husband. You still checking single on paperwork. Don't let him stand in the way of your man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Honestly, if a man was not, I don't know if he's broke. He probably broke. But I wouldn't want to marry no broke dude anyway. So I'm not even going to tell you if he loved you, he'd try to marry you. Because it might be the opposite. If he loved you, he will let you go. Okay? He will look at himself and say, I can't do nothing for her. Let me go ahead, let her go be great. So if he loves you, he'll let you go. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So, and let me tell y'all what is not a flex, ladies. Let me tell you what is not a flex. That a Dusty wants you and continues to hang on, but continues to do nothing. That's not a flex because he'll hang on to anything that will enable him to stay dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's only a flex if you desire validation from dust. It's only a flex if you appreciate and value validation from any man, any dusty. That's the only way that it's a flex. And it's only a flex to other pygmies. To nobody else. Who you out there flexing for, ladies? Claiming your dust? Other pygmies. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You're 23. What age range of men that you should start dating? The ones that can pay all bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle, and provide you the lifestyle that you want today. Whatever age that is, man. Probably going to be 10 to 15 years, maybe 20 years older than you. Depending on what lifestyle you desire. And of course, they're going to be on the rich side of town. There you go. Mm-hmm. At what age should you date to marry? When the age that you are tired of working and ready to be fully provided for and not have to work anymore, at whatever age that is for you, man. Sprinkle, sprinkle. The age when you're ready to retire. You ready to retire? You ready to hang it up and be a housewife, a woman of leisure? That's that's the age you need to be when you're want to get married. So if the age that you want to be married is 25, then you need to start dating for lifestyle at 23. That'll give you 2 years to seal the deal. All right. If you're ready to stop working at 22, 23, 24, 25, then you need to start dating for lifestyle. And that will eventually lead to marriage. That means you got to date somebody that's ready to marry, not nobody in their 20s, not nobody in their 30s. Y'all know the deal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if sugar daddy keeps complaining about money he's giving is always on a budget? As long as you keep receiving the money, I don't care what he's complaining about. If he can't give it no more, then you start complaining and you go find another one. All right. We're listening to actions, not no words. If he's paying, you staying. If he ain't, goodbye. So tired of these 50-50 dudes. What does it mean when he breaks up with you but still wants to take care of you, provide for you? It means he wants to have constant access to you to come back at any time he wants while dating other women. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It could be a win-win situation for you. It just depends on how you feel about it. Okay. You said dating a rich man is like giving up your morals and values. Money can't buy you love. Okay. Dating a poor man is like giving up your standards and your integrity and your future. Because you create your own morals and values, not society. Okay. So you rather be sitting on a bus stop with high morals and values according to society, or you rather make up your own morals and values and live the lifestyle? Because some of y'all are super brainwashed out here with poverty mind. And y'all gonna be sitting there holding hands in the rain at the bus stop talking about y'all in love. Good for y'all. Thank you, Jane. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You've been on 4 breakfast dates with men 20 years older. He spent less than $200, said he's sensitive, wanted a vacation together, and we've only kissed. Okay, well, it sounds like you on a date with a woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You in a lesbian relationship, ma'am. I'm sensitive. Let's go to breakfast. How many times? 4 times. Let's go on vacation now, girl. He either broke or you dating a woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He probably fall asleep by noon. How old is he? He can only get to breakfast. Or he want to go on vacation too. Why is he telling you he's sensitive? I don't understand. Is he on hormones? I don't know. Okay. Breakfast is the cheapest meal. Can't even order no wine. They don't be offering dessert. You don't really need no reservations. I don't know. I mean, put him under breakfast where you save him for your contacts. Sensitive breakfast. Where he trying to take you on vacation, ma'am? Okay, anyway. Should you tell your provider you go on Miami with your friend, he's paying for the trip in full to make him step up his game? What? If you want to tell all your business to people, that's your prerogative. I ain't telling nobody nothing. I'm just gonna be where I am, and if they find out, you know what, whatever. I'm not getting ready to tell people in my business. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and if they smart and they can put 1 + 2 together, they will figure it out. If you look good, they already know you got options. They don't have to be told because it looks desperate and insecure. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to somewhere and your provider, if you got to sit there and tell him somebody else is paying for you to go A, B, C, and D, it means you're secretly trying to tell him that, oh, guess what? I have options. People will pay for me. I am valuable. I am worth it. You should already put out that aura. They should already know that. They should already know if you going out of town, you definitely not paying. They should already know this by how you carry yourself, how you walk and talk. You ain't got to tell them. Okay? If you just end up out of town in Miami, they already know somebody else paid. Why are you telling them? Unless you're insecure, pick Misha, and, you know, begging for attention and need validation from the outside, don't tell them nothing. Just go where you got to go. They're going to know somebody else paid. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't give out too much info. It makes you look bad. What? Your man asking you too many questions about your whereabouts, how to slide around questions when he asks, say embarrassing things. So say stuff that he will be embarrassed to hear. Well, where were you yesterday? Tell him he was at the gynecologist. Well, why didn't you answer your phone when you were you was getting a colonoscopy? What else? A colon cleanse, something. Name stuff that he don't want to know about. Then he's gonna be like, "Ooh, I'm so sorry. How was it?" Lie, man. And he won't want to ask you no more questions. Lie, lie, lie. Well, where were you? Why didn't you answer my phone call? Well, just lie, man. Just say something embarrassing so he don't even want to know more details, and he'll just take what you said as the truth. What if he's the nag in the relationship? Then say, yes, ma'am. Then you be the sarcastic one and tell him about himself in one sentence. If he says, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You saying a lot by saying a little. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, y'all know my daughter got me watching 90 Day Fiance. I think it's season 4 or 5. I don't know. It's the one with the dude from Spain and the 18-year-old chick in the cult, Christian cult. Y'all know which one I'm talking about? If y'all have seen it, I don't know. I'm on the episode where right before they get married and he gets all crazy when she starts trying to talk about being intimate because he's supposedly a 27-year-old virgin. Oh my gosh. Don't spoil it for me. So is he a nagger like him? He's nagging like, because all he do is complain and nag like a woman. So I figure he ain't working with much. Okay, so anybody that has seen that season of 90 Day Fiance with the dude from Spain and the 18-year-old chick from New Hampshire that's in a Christian cult band? All right. This dude get on my nerves so bad. I don't know his name. I forgot his name, but he's from Spain on 90 Day Fiance. He get on my nerves. I don't like him. All he does is nag. Is it that type of nagging? Because I don't know if I could last with no nagger guy. Like if he's nagging all the time, that's very feminine and I couldn't do it. You said Evelyn and whatever his name was? Yes. Why? What is it? I don't know what season 4 or 5. I don't know. What are them? Ew. You said he's a clean freak perfectionist. Okay, well then get super dirty. I don't know why you gonna break him. Make a super big mess. Either you break him or he stops and gives up. Or hire a maid on his dime. You said track muddy and do the worst. Make him just either give up or hire a maid. You say ain't nothing worse than a nagging Dusty. Ah. Okay. You say he knows he can't keep up with you, but he keeps pushing. Well, at least he's trying to keep up. Where's your other one? Oh, thank you, Christina. She sent me a cash app. Appreciate that, girl. Let's see what she's saying. For not much yet, but thank you for all your live videos. Oh, thank you, Christina. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, the audacity. Okay, the audacity of some of these Dusties on this 90 Day Fiance is crazy, because I guess it takes a pick-me-sha to want to marry someone from a whole nother country that's only using them for a green card. So I can't really give advice to some women that are actual pick-me-shas because they won't take it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're such a pick-me-sha to go and find a whole man in another country because you can't pull one here or don't nobody wants you here, or you got to hold a green card over somebody's head in a couple of years of marriage and forced marriage in order to claim a man, this is what I'm going to tell y'all. Y'all look dumb. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It seems like whoever is going to get the person from the foreign country is controlling and can't keep a person in their own country, or attract a person in their own country, or control a person in their own country. And they feel like by going out somewhere else to get someone, it's kind of like dating somebody in jail almost, because you're wanting to control them to a certain degree and you can't pull something else on the outside or from their own country. It's like the most desperate plea of being a pick-me-sha or a Dusty. So if it's like a passport bro, it's the highest definition of being a Dusty. And for the woman, it's like the highest level of being a pick-me-sha. I guess the prison one will be higher, but it's the second highest for women. Okay. Going out, and I've been to a green card wedding. It was sad. You know why? Because the woman got played, because the man was Nigerian and he pretended that he was, in it for the real reason. And he gave her, her wedding and her nice reception and allowed her friends to see her walk down the aisle and have a nice reception. And then he was gone and like the fastest. And she's still working and clocking in. And he's nowhere to be found. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Elixirs. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, girl. So you said, and also like y'all, these ladies look so desperate when they do green card weddings. It's like there's something about them that nobody wants to deal with, or the woman wants to be so controlling over this man for a limited amount of time that she'll just take it. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. And for these passport bros that be going out of the country to secure women, oh, and all this kind of stuff, like y'all can barely afford them. It's sad. Okay. All the Dusties and all the Pygmishas. Yes. Okay. Don't ever trust a Dusty, and don't ever allow a Pygmisha to give you any relationship advice. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, what? Okay. Lordy B says she's been married for 5 years. No, you've been with him for 5 years. You've been married for 3 months. You created a monster because he lost his job and I paid the rent for 2 months and I was crying about him. Can this be reversed? Yes, it can. Fake eviction notice. All right. Go print one up online, put it on the door, and lie and say you didn't pay the rent for 3 months. And if he don't go get a job quick, fast, in a hurry, it's gonna be over. And that you got to go beg your parents for help, or he need to ask his parents for help. Make it seem like it's a dire situation if he don't go get no job, ma'am. See what kind of action he's gonna spring into as a grown, able-bodied man to save his family or his marriage. If he doesn't get up and spring into action, he don't like you. Okay? Put him in a fake situation that he has to move. Like that he has to get up and do something. Let's see what he gonna do. You said, and those dudes start cheating out of resentment. Exactly. So he at home all day feeling less than a man. What you think he finna go do to make himself feel more like a man? What you think he gonna do online? What you think he gonna do eventually while you're at work? Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. So on the 90-day fiance, the ones that are coming out looking the smartest are the actual people that are just trying to get the green card. Even though some of them are dusty, they still look like they gaming. Only the desperate party looks desperate. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said some of the providers be playing broke sometimes. Okay, well then they're not providers. Only providers provide. Providers only provide. They don't play broke. They provide. If they're not providing for you, you're not the one that they want to provide for. So therefore, to you, they are not a provider. To the next chick, they may be a provider. That's why all men can't be called providers unless they providing for you. All right. So you could literally be with a man who has the means to provide, but if they don't like you on that level, they're not gonna provide for you. They can go out on a whole nother date with a whole nother chick and take her shopping when they just took you to McDonald's. Why? Because they like her and not you the same. They like her way more than they like you. So therefore, they may not be a provider to you, but they may be a provider to her. So we can't call everyone a provider unless they have provided. Now you can use the power of suggestion and call them a provider to where their ears can hear that they are supposed to be providing. And if it doesn't kick in and they don't start providing, well, then you dismiss them. Okay. But you can't tell somebody that they're a provider if they haven't provided. If you've given them a chance to provide, you call them a provider and they haven't provided, then they're not providing. You want a heart-shaped 3-carat earring is that tacky? What's the earring? Earring? Like an earring? or emerald ring. Girl, I don't know what the E stand for. So heart shape. I think you went wrong at heart shape, whatever that is. So engagement ring, I think you went wrong at heart shape. Stay in the classic shapes. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Stay in the classic shapes because the heart is going to make it look cheap. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all I'm going to tell you. Just stay with the classic shapes. Choose between all the different shapes, not no heart. And just make it look fake, okay? Get you a heart-shaped other type of ring for your other finger, not your engagement. All right? Okay, engagement ring. Okay, got you. Yeah. Do a classic shape and just get you a different shaped other hand ring. Okay. Because you can find that on Temu. You can get you a 3-carat moissanite heart-shaped ring on Temu. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. They want the foreign seasoning, but end up paying the exotical taxes. Da, 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 da. Honestly, the women are smart who are trying to get the green card. They about their business. The dusties are done because instead of just getting their money up, they're going to get played on the other side of the world. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So I definitely approve of all women who are trying to get their green card from these dusties. They know they dusty. They just trying to level up and get to the country and move on to the next man with the money. After the couple of years, they got to stay married to the dust. But after a while, they wise up. They learn the American ways and they go get their bag too. Mm-hmm. What do I think about 50-50 men? You mean roommates? Those are roommates. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I think you can still date. I think you can still go out. I think you still can, find a man that can be a total provider. If you are in a roommate situation, I think there's still hope for you. But you got to have another one. You got to have a couple of them and you got to be, dating and stuff. Okay. There's no such thing as an exclusive relationship if you go on 50-50. Ain't no such thing. And there shouldn't be. All right. The woman who is exclusive to a man that asks her to go 50-50 got a low IQ. Okay. She been duped. Can you turn your 5-year boyfriend into a provider? If he hasn't been providing and you tell him the only way you're staying with him is if he becomes a full provider and he agrees because he loves you that much, then yes, you can turn him into one real quick. But if he laughs at you as if you're joking, he doesn't love you enough to provide for you and he was only with you because you were his roommate and doing 50-50 or whatever. So he might love what you can do for him and not what he can do for you. So if y'all want to put them to that test, be ready for the results. Oh, Manuela, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're getting your green card kisses from Canada. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. Good luck. Yes. Is it okay to be exclusive with a man who has no issue providing for me? Ma'am, it's okay to do whatever you want. As long as you're not paying no bills, you can choose to be exclusive or not. That's your call. I'm just saying. Stay cute though, in case you might need a backup in the future. Thank you, Rain. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You took my advice and declined the date. Turns out the bus driver is actually a farmer. Today he's handing me nearly $2K for brand new tires. And his Cadillac to drive while mine is in the shop. He's 60. Thoughts? Okay, 60-year-old farmer giving you $2K and letting you drive his car. How old are you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And what kind of farm does he got? And why he got to drive a bus if he got a farm? Thank you, Carmen Black. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm just asking questions because this is interesting to me. A 60-year-old farmer who drives a bus, got a Cadillac, and gave you two. This sounds like some country back road part-time job bus driving farmer type story that belongs on a certain Tubi network. It sounds like a good movie, man. Small city stuff where the farmer is the bus driver, like on them Hallmark movies where you on the bus, the bus driver asks you out, and then all of a sudden you find out he's a farmer and you start acting different. This is a Hallmark movie. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This sounds like a good book or a good Hallmark movie. Let's see what's gonna have keep us updated, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He gonna teach you how to milk a cow. You gonna start your bed and breakfast? You gonna turn down your job offer, girl? Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, when you get your job offer, let us know, and then let us know when you turn it down, and when you go to the town outside market, make sure you wear your scarf. Okay, it's getting chilly out there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, now I'm intrigued. Now I don't know the rest of the story. Come back and keep us updated. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said Hallmark movie core. Your provider has been annoying lately, and should you get a side piece to keep him to get a new? Girl, take a CBD gummy and relax, ma'am. It's the holiday season. Spend your money. Spend his money. Sorry, not yours. Spend his money. Give him a CBD gummy. You take a CBD gummy. Y'all calm down. It's the holiday season. Get y'all's hot chocolate. Go watch a Hallmark movie. Like, they just gave me an idea. Go watch a Hallmark movie. He's still annoying. Then go Christmas shopping for several hours a day with his credit card. Okay. Thank you, Stella. He said he didn't experience enough. Should I leave? What? What do you mean he didn't experience enough? You mean in life? I mean, he got married too soon? He didn't experience enough? I would agree with him. I'd be like, you're right. Let's go see what else is out there, and we'll meet back here in 30 days and see who come back with the best offer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because a man want to go experience a lot of stuff until he realizes. So his woman might be able to want to do that too. And you say, okay, let's meet back here in 30 days and see what we discover. Girl, he gonna be more afraid and worried about what you doing for him to go out and want to discover anything, because he know you gonna come back with more money. Thank you, Escher. Just came from shopping. You told him I forgot my wallet. He said, no problem. I didn't have to lift or carry a thing in there. Okay, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I know that's right. Yes. Okay. So they want to know what you bought. Escher, sprinkle, sprinkle. He said, reminds you of when a man wants to do an open relationship thinking he's going to get tons of women only to find out his girlfriend or wife has more option. Exactly. Copycat. So that's true. See, men want to go experience the most, but they forgot that it costs money to experience. So If he thinks that the guy that you're talking to thinks that he needs to go out and experience more in the world, that means he needs to get his money up first, because ain't nobody gonna want to deal with nobody broke. Okay, so go ahead and let him go out. Meanwhile, you go start dating as well. You don't have to tell him a thing while he's going out to get his experiences. Girl, you go out and get you some sugar daddies and start collecting your jewelry, your money, your bills, and let him go see what it's about. And if you want him back after he tries to come back, that's up to you. You said, meanwhile, build the roster. Exactly. That's the opportunity to you. That's your opportunity to upgrade, if you can see it that way. Should you feel anything for men? Yes. You should feel as if they are a provider and a protector for you. If you're in a grown, able-bodied man's presence, you should feel protected and provided for. If you don't feel those things, you don't feel nothing. You're not supposed to feel nothing if you can't feel those things first. You get it? If you can't feel provided for and protected in the presence of a man, you don't feel nothing else. Now, if you can feel provided and protected, then you should feel provided for, protected, invested in, loved, understood, appreciated. You see? Because that's what they're giving you. If you're going to go and feel some type of way about a man who doesn't provide for you, doesn't make you feel safe, doesn't appreciate you, that's dumb. Think about it. You're going to end up looking like Piglisha for real if you start to feel anything for someone who can't make you feel safe, provided for, and appreciated and understood. So, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, calm down on the feelings, Piglisha. Exactly. Those feelings that you feel are called infatuation, and they don't last long, and they're usually only one-sided. So be smart. See, let me tell y'all something. Young women and older women, or just wiser women, I'm going to say wiser, because you could be young with wisdom. Young women look for the fairy tale, falling in love with the perfect man, having deep, intimate feelings for this person, hoping that they have the same feelings in return. Meanwhile, the man ain't offered them nothing, don't make them feel safe, don't make them feel appreciated, can't pay no bills. Now, what kind of fairy tale is that? Think about that. It's not a fairy tale if they can't do nothing for you. So the feelings that you want to experience has to be accompanied by the material comforts to make you feel safe, secure, protected, and appreciated. It goes together. Otherwise, the feelings are only one-sided, and the man doesn't care anything about you. If he allows you to struggle, to not feel secure or safe in his presence or provided for, that's a one-way situation. He don't like you. He may want to sleep with you. He may lust you, but he doesn't love you. It's not real. Your feelings and your hormones and your emotions want it to be real, but it ain't. So you got to think with your logic and say, if this is real, my bills would be paid. If this is real, I would feel safe. If this is real, I would feel appreciated. If this is real, this man will like me way more. That's how you test it. If it's not real, then you don't feel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Hannah. Advice for feeling comfortable when single. Well, if all your bills are paid and you don't want for anything and you can pretty much do whatever you want, then you can literally date whoever you want, when you want, if you want to or not. You can travel, do what you want, have fun, visit family or whatever. Use that time to get to know yourself and to actually show other people how to treat you. So if you ever do meet anyone, I'm not saying that's the goal, but if you ever do meet someone, they understand how to treat you and your value because of how you treat yourself. So romanticize your own life as a single person. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your own company, get to know who you are, embellish in, your skills, qualities, looks, level yourself up. And then when you ever, if you ever meet someone, they're going to meet the better version of yourself. And they're going to want to do more for you than they would have if you hadn't taken that opportunity of being single to level yourself up to the highest level. Okay. Because in this day and age, literally women choose to be single because anybody can be with a dusty. That ain't no problem. All right. If you're choosing to be single, you're choosing to have standards. You're choosing to be particular about who you deal with. Okay. So use that to level yourself up so that anyone that tries to deal with you, they got to come and meet them high standards. How can women expect the men will enjoy being around them if they can't even enjoy their own company? That's true. The math ain't mathing. Okay. Got to enjoy yourself. Thank you, Goddess Wild Red. She said, build your providers team with your beauty. Only use your level up notes to practice. Get a door open and one thing for free. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. You're insecure about stretch marks? Well, don't they got treatments at the med spa for that? I don't know. Get your money, ask somebody for some money and go get your treatments or get your creams or whatnot, girl. I don't know. They got stuff that can fix that. Just do your research. If they can't fix it or if it takes too long, then don't be secure. Like, own it, man. A lot of people are insecure about stuff that other women are owning and still getting the bag with. Thank you, Hannah. You was just what? You was just cheated on at 20, and you was just cheated on at 20 and struggling. Okay, Hannah, sprinkle, sprinkle. Then now you know what to do, right? Have more than one and make sure they got money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hope you learn your lesson. Always have more than one and make sure they got money. Not what you learned? All right, then. Apply it to the next relationships. All right. You said, what about a man who uses Snapchat? What they using it for? Filters? That's the only reason I use it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. There are women out here that are insecure about certain things that other women are owning proudly and still getting the bag with. And some may even have it worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's all on your level of confidence. It's all your level of confidence in what you're going to own and your targets. So if you're like, there are some women out here that's insecure about the stupidest things and they're still they're not getting the bag because they're insecure about it and people can sense that. There are some women out here with, way more things and they're getting the bag because they're owning it and not being insecure about it. So it's your take on it. It's how you accept yourself that will allow other people to accept you. Okay. I've been around insecure people and I don't like it. All right. It bugs me so much. I don't like it. I can't be around insecure people because all they do is point out their own insecurities and you don't even notice them at first. You don't even care. You don't even see them until they start pointing out all their flaws and it gets on my nerves. You know why? Because I didn't see them. Thank you, Lolo. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Need advice, girl. You wrong. How do I move on? By getting a rich one and a better one who's going to give you money. That's how you move on. You move forward. You always level up from what you just got out of. If you're not leveling up, you're not moving on. Okay, level up to the next level. That's how you get over it. That's how you get past it. That's how you get over it and above it and move forward. Do better. That's your goal. That's your mission from now on. If you're not leveling up to the next level and getting bigger and better, whatever it is, then you're doing it wrong. Okay. Do more, do better. It's just like when y'all see these celebrities out here coming out with albums and songs, and you waiting on their next hit to drop or their next, product to drop. You want it to be better than the last one, right? Or otherwise you're just disappointed. Like, why even keep going if you ain't gonna do better, right? Do better. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you just got single, said he still loves me, but likes his independence. I blocked him now. Girl, I'm not listening to no man unless they put money in my bank account. Sprinkle, sprinkle. He could love you all he want. He tell him to love your bank account. Who cares? All right. Don't trust the dust. If they loved you, they would have did you right the first time. If they loved you, they'd be paying all your bills. If they loved you, you'd feel safe and secure in their presence. So are they lying? Mm-hmm. That's how you check them. If you want to know when a man says I love you, that means they love taking care of you, they love providing for you, they love protecting you. If they can't say they love that, they don't love you. Because, like, if you have someone that you truly value, especially if you're supposed to be the provider man, that's what I love you means to a woman. It doesn't, or is he saying I lust you? Is he saying I love you or I lust you? Or both? Because you could lust and love somebody, but if you don't love somebody, you're only lusting them. So do they love you? They say they love you, then they be taking care of you, providing for you. You would feel safe in their presence and you wouldn't have to struggle, because that means they don't love you. So tell them they lying. You lying. You're going to be like, I know how I feel. Well, I know how I feel. Unprotected, unsafe in your presence because you don't provide. That's what you tell them. So I don't feel loved. You may think you loving somebody, but you ain't loving nobody. That's what you tell that broke dusty who ain't providing. Okay? Because they don't know what love is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you trying to get some money in your account? Aunt Ethel, ma'am. Good old Aunt Ethel. She's about to take a turn. It's a fake aunt that you make up, or a fake family member. That she's about to take a turn for the worse, and you got to go see her one last time. And you need some plane ticket money. Or she needs her mortgage paid before they take her house she didn't have for 50 years. You got to make up Aunt Ethel. Okay? Aunt Ethel come through. That's our fake aunt that we use to get money. Sob story. Because you just want to help this old elderly lady that's done so much for you. And you need help because you already gave her the money, and now you need money to get out of your situation because you didn't help poor Aunt Ethel. Fake aunt. So make up, her name ain't got to be Ethel. Just make it up. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, don't be scared. Just do it. Yeah, exactly. How they gonna know? Okay. And don't spring Aunt Ethel upon them suddenly. You gotta act like you talking to her on the phone a couple times. You gotta act like a texting came through from her. You gotta have a fake picture of some old lady. You gotta say Aunt Ethel said hi because I told her about you. You gotta include him as if he knows Aunt Ethel just by on the phone and texts that come through and how you talk to her at night because she's lonely and you told her about him. He gotta feel like he's part of the loop. So he starts asking about her. He got to be like, "How your Aunt Ethel?" He's got to become emotionally attached to this fake aunt too. She got to give him fake compliments via you. All right, girl, I show Aunt Ethel. It's like, girl, Aunt Ethel, girl, look at my new man's. Look, I'm gonna send him a picture. You could even have your own fake number sending Aunt Ethel text from your fake number to from your real number. It don't even matter. But anyway, say, guess what? I showed Aunt Ethel your picture and she said you was a handsome young man or a gentleman. Girl, get him looped in. He ain't gonna know. All right, bank account gonna stay on float. You're gonna have your money because Aunt Ethel, she's gonna be complimenting him left and right. He's gonna be asking about her. He gonna help her get her groceries and her favorite snacks. Since she's on a fixed income. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And it looks like you have a good heart. Meanwhile, don't. I love how you care about your elderly family members and your Aunt Ethel, and she's a character, isn't she? She's so funny. Ha ha ha. She surely is. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said Aunt Ethel is a zombie now, girl. Yeah, she keep rising from the grave. Anyway, sprinkle, sprinkle. Let's see. All right, Siwi says, while he hasn't been working, he been cooking here and there and picking up your daughters, but then he act like that's him doing his part and I'm supposed to hold him down financially. Okay. Um, just start calling him ma'am. Like I told y'all, sometimes you don't have to say a lot. Look, let me tell y'all a secret. Yeah, okay, we was talking about 90 Day Fiance and all that whatnot, whatever. All right. If your man is able-bodied and his brain work correctly, he should be able to make a job, provide a service in order to get some type of money or payment, and a side hustle. He can work online at home he can work for Amazon at home. I don't know, something. It's the holiday season. He should be able to get a job at Amazon with zero problems, unless he got some type of background information check that's not happening. So tell your man, if you don't have a job by this time next week, I'm calling the lawyers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tough love, ma'am. Tough love. Tough love. Don't enable no grown, able-bodied man. Threaten them. That's the only way they're going to move and not do it again. Why? Because they know you ain't going to let them. Only young men approach me. Any style advice? Yes, dress more classic, less trendy. Oh, AB, sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you. You usually watch the VOD. I don't know what that is. What's that? While I do my skincare or video of the day. I finally got to catch you live. Okay, thank you so much for providing such incredible feminine energy content. We really need you. Thank you, AB, sprinkle, sprinkle, girl. I appreciate that. Video on demand. So, yes, ma'am, threaten his marriage status if he ain't got a job by next week. Start printing out stuff online that look like you researching divorce lawyers. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Tell him what he got to do, because he's gonna allow you to enable him as long as you enable it in him. Threaten him. All right. He can't. He's the provider. If he ain't providing, he don't need to be there. You get it? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tough love gets the job done. I promise you. Okay. Don't be a dusty enabler, ma'am. Are you gonna be a part of the problem or part of the solution? You gonna create bigger dust, more dust, or less dust? This is where dusties are created, right here. In marriages with pygmishas or Barbara the Builders or women that hold a dusty down. This is where they created. Don't be part of the problem. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They're created at home, or they're enabled by their girlfriends or spouses. If you sitting there enabling a dusty, don't ask me no more questions. Okay. Thank you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What if a man keeps responding late? Text earlier so he can respond on time. If you need him to respond today, text 3 days ago. Okay. You know how when you know people that's always late, you got to lie to them about what time to be somewhere? It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said your man is flopping slowly. He is trying to be better, trying ain't doing. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Either he do, what did Yoda say? There is no try, only do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Actions, not attempts. If somebody threatened his life and say either you do better or you die, do you think they're going to do better? They're going to do better, right? Because they ain't got no choice. It's life or death. So that's why y'all need to start threatening these dudes as far as leaving them. Don't enable them. Scare them to death. Either you do this or this going to happen. Put them fake eviction notices out. Do what you got to do. Set the scene. Get them fake pregnancy tests going. All right. Scare them into becoming greater. If you can't motivate them, scare them. Either they'll tap out, leave you, or they'll be scared into their next level. Don't enable them, though. That's one thing. You can embarrass them, but don't enable them. So if your dusty lost his job and can't provide, tell him you're going to call his mama or his daddy. Okay? Or his bestie. Or whoever that he would be embarrassed for them to know. Um, you said you got to be serious about leaving too. Go order you some boxes. Print out some information, like you've been looking at places. Tell them you got an appointment with the realtor to go look at houses or apartments or whatever you don't like. Make it look like you're doing it. Make it look like what you're doing. Let the signs all add up to him, even if he's stupid and slow. Let them all add up. You said how to scare them. Leave out papers you've printed out online about going to look at different places to live. Leave papers laying around about divorce attorneys. Leave a trail, ma'am. Leave a trail that they discover that you don't show them, that they discover, so that they can either get scared that way or spring into action and do what he got to do. You said, what do you think about getting married? Pros and cons. If you're a woman and you're going to marry, they need to be a provider. That's number one. If they're not providing, the answer is always no to marriage. Pros and cons is you don't have to work if you don't want to. You have plenty of time to do whatever you want, a life of leisure or hobbies, or you can start your own business, but you don't need to be working if you don't want to. It needs to be optional. You should be able to do whatever you want after you say the words "I do" to this man. You should be free financially. If that's not the case, then don't marry. Sprinkle, sprinkle, because you're going to be the same thing as being single or with a roommate. Okay. If you're rich, does it make sense to get a man? Only if he's richer. Sprinkle, sprinkle. If you can't find anybody richer than you, then it doesn't make sense. You can have a little plaything. You could have like a little side piece. You could have someone you're not super committed to, but it's never going to be the same because you're not going to be able to respect them on the level of a masculine man if they can't provide or do anything for you, if they're not beneficial to you in a certain type of way. So it's literally up to you. This is why most women that have a lot of money, they can't find their match, or they can't find anybody richer that they want to deal with. That's why most of them really don't get married. You know what I'm saying? You said, what about common law marriage? I don't think that pans out in the court of law sometimes. It just depends on what the circumstances are. Okay. So anyway, never trust the dust. Never trust in the dust. I don't care what a man tells you. If he ain't doing what he say he gonna do, don't believe him. Okay. So it's okay. So for women who are older, who are not married, if they're rich, it doesn't even matter. The reason why women don't get married when they're rich is because they can't find nobody richer, or they don't want to put up with the headache of dealing with a man when they don't really need him financially. And if they want to deal with any type of male, they can get one whenever they feel like it and dismiss them whenever they feel like it. It's literally that's simple. So for someone who wants a life partner, companion, man, just to do stuff with, they'll never respect him like a husband. They'll just respect him as a companion. You see the difference? Thank you, B Joy. Sprinkle, sprinkle. First date, went shopping, bought expensive and nice restaurant. He's saying you're not going to leave after I buy this stuff. Then he says he's not rich. Should I leave alone? Or girl, don't take from the poor. Sprinkle, sprinkle. B Joy, don't take from the broke. He told you he ain't got no money. Tell him thank you for dinner. It was lovely. You have a lovely conversation, and you're going to make someone a great husband one day. But you know what? I don't think this is a match. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Be done with him. He said he's broke. He just told you he broke. He just told you he can't pay them bills. He just told you he ain't no provider. He's scared you're going to leave him because he ain't got nothing else coming in, or he can't do nothing else for you. He just told you his insecurities is money. Believe him and part nicely and don't take money from the broke no more. He might have fooled you by doing the most, but now he's in over his head. He told you about it, so just leave him where he is. Okay. Some men will tell you, believe them, okay? How do some men get women so attached? Women seek validation and approval because they don't approve. The woman has to have low self-esteem for that to happen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Or not a lot of experience with dealing with people, and they're easily manipulated. Thank you, Naya. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Hi, Shira. Thanks so much for your content. I believe I met a provider. What do I say when he asks, what do I want? Say everything. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then say, when he says, well, what do you want? Say, I want it all. And I know you're just the man to give it to me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all you tell him. If you have a bubbly personality, when do you show this side to the provider? Be fully comfortable with them. You only look for marriage. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. First of all, you got to be, if they want bubbly, because you got to figure out if you're the type of woman they want. Because some men don't like bubbly. Some men do. So you got to figure out if they like bubbly or not. Because if they can't take you seriously because your personality is too bubbly, and most of their colleagues, family members, and people that they hang around is like not bubbly, I don't know if they're going to like that. They may like it because it's different. So you just got to figure out if they like that or not. So let it come out a little and see if they like it before you are full on super bubbly. Just let it come out a little bit, like when you're drinking or something, and see if they like it or see if they don't like it. You know, give them a little sample and then you'll know. Okay. You said bubbly could come off as annoying. It could. That's why you just give them a little taste and see how they handle it. Thank you, ZJ. Thank you, Sprinkle Sprinkle. I don't know. I don't think I have a bubbly personality. And I haven't been around someone with a bubbly personality for very long, like not long periods of time. So I don't know how it could feel. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Three dates is enough to ask for some money, girl. You should have been insinuating you need stuff before you even got to the date. Set the tone early on in the phone and text conversations so they know it, and they think it's their idea to offer it to you. Okay. They said you're bubbly naturally. You've learned that some men take advantage of that, so you literally have to play the part of being. Yep. You can't. Like people take kindness for weakness a lot, or ignorance. You take kindness or bubbliness for weakness and ignorance. Sadly. There's a combination that you could use. You could like have a bubbly personality, but still be nice, nasty. You ever seen a bubbly Southern woman? They got that nice, nasty sarcasm, but they're still bubbly. If you could pull that off, you'd be good. All right. You said you're bubbly, but balance it out by asking for a lot. Yes. And also, like, not to put down bubbly personalities, but sometimes I feel like you're an acquired taste in certain situations. So, for example, if someone's getting bad news, or if they're tired after a long day, it may not be the best idea to like be super hyped up and bubbly all the time. You might need to tone it down a bit at certain times. That's all. What happens when he wants to meet Aunt Ethel? She's going to take a turn for the worst. Or she's going to be contagious. Or you're going to go on your social media and find some old lady and cash app her $20 to get on FaceTime. You're going to do something. Okay. Or you're going to invest in one of them silicone masks and get one of your friends to meet them. They got all you need, all the tools you need. They got them on Amazon. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Nicole. Appreciate that. They even got them old lady wigs on Temu. They got old lady. They have old women silicone masks on Temu. You could use a coupon. What are they buying these for? Aunt Ethel. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. It's your alter ego. Thank you, Nicole. She says, thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Melody, thank you. Girl, somebody need to come up with Aunt Ethel services. Okay, if you smart out there, invest in you an old lady silicone mask. Get you the handle of Aunt Ethel and be everybody's Aunt Ethel. There's a job opportunity there. You're a business op. Well, how did you get into this line of business, Aunt Ethel? Well, I was watching the SheRaSeven video one day, and the idea just came to my head that everybody needs them an Aunt Ethel. Well, I charge for my services. Well, Aunt Ethel, what have you done today? Well, I FaceTime with this old sugar daddy that supposedly sent me some money, but I think it went into my client's bank account, and she just slipped me a 20. I only had to work 3 minutes and cough a few times, but I got my money. I got about 18 calls lined up each 5 minutes, and 18 times 20. Let me see how much Aunt Ethel is making. You bust out my calculator like SheRaSeven. 18 times 20. That's $360 for some 5-minute FaceTime and this Aunt Ethel mask. I'm gonna have to raise my prices because it's getting to be too many. I might have to double my price next week. Shoot. I better come up with Aunt Ethel. Call her an actress. Call it a day. What do you do if you feel the looks of jealous women? What do you mean, feel the looks of jealous women? That's normal for some people. They don't feel nothing after a while. It's just I think if you felt that for a long, long time, it doesn't exist to you anymore. It's just expected, and it doesn't really bother you. It's like the norm. You know what I mean? It's expected and it's norm. Like it's so expected that the jealous women look stupid for being jealous because it's so expected. You know what I mean? So if you are used to it, it doesn't even register to you anymore. It's expected. So, hmm, it's not a surprise. What are your thoughts on buying my boyfriend's family gifts for Christmas? Are they buying you gifts? Are you going to get a gift from each and every one of their family members? If the answer is no, do not do it. You're going to look like a pygmy. You can buy a housewarming gift or a gift for the home that everyone can share. That's more appropriate. So, for example, if you come over to someone's house and their whole family is there, you can bring a food, a bottle of something, something that can be shared among all, a gift basket with lots of different things in it that the whole family can share. But if they're not individually gifting you or collectively gifting you, the answer is no. Somebody said buy some wine or a candle or a pie. Exactly. Something the whole household can enjoy. Or nothing. You know what would be a good idea? Like if it's the whole house lives together, a subscription box to something for 1 month or 2 months. So like you could hand it to them in a card so it doesn't look like you're doing too much. And you could say, oh my gosh. Oh, they'll be like, oh, I didn't get you anything. What did you get me? What is this? And then you can say, oh, that's a subscription for such and such, fruit company or bread pastry company or whatever. You get fresh this like once a month and it's only for 2 months. So if you want to renew the subscription, it's in there. But I thought it would be something nice for the holiday and the new year. She goes, oh, thank you so much. And then she'll go look in her gifts, the stuff to regift, the Christmas present she don't want, her extra gifts, and she be like, I got something for you too. And she'll come back with her Bath and Body Works bag or the candle she hadn't been able to use up yet. And she'll be like, here you go. This is for you. So you gonna get the regift or the extra gift or the gift she hadn't used up that she actually bought for herself or the gift her coworker gave her. So you might get something, but it may be a regift. Y'all know the regift. It's not specific. Anybody can get it. They're gonna stick a bow on it that fill off the gift that somebody else just opened. The regift. So if you tend to start collecting these regifts, they regifts. So don't do too much because you're gonna look like a desperate pick-me-shit if all you're getting is regifts and you're doing the most, So something small that the whole family can enjoy. How do you test if they're a provider in subtle ways? If they provide everything you need while you're with them. Everything you ask for and everything you need while you're with them. If they provide it with no problem, that's how you test it. Oh, thank you, Melody Sprinkle Sprinkle, for being a member. Thanks. Mm-hmm. What? Any Dusty in here that got a problem with being a provider, we sorry for you that you can't find your masculine energy. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm gonna write a children's book and it's gonna teach kids how to avoid dust in the future. Okay. It's gonna be called "Don't Grow Up to Be with a Dusty," and then I'm gonna make one for boys. Don't grow up and be a Dusty. It's gonna start off with a Dusty. He's gonna be broke and asking his mama for $20, and a little kid is gonna see it, and then the lesson will start there. You see that man over there begging his mom for $20 and to use her car? Yes, he was once little like you. Once upon a time. Do you know why he's broke and dusty and driving his mother's car? Because he didn't want to take the trash out or earn his allowance. And he didn't open doors for young ladies, and he didn't treat girls like ladies. And that's what happened to him. He was cursed with dust. He didn't want to go get a job. He wanted to play video games all day. And look what he turned. It's going to be like Beauty and the Beast, except he's going to be cursed with dust. And everywhere he goes, like a cloud of dust going to be following him. And every time he passed by people, they're going to be choking and coughing. Passing out and stuff. And women are going to be running away from him. Like the pretty women are going to be running away from them. So if we visualize this in a children's book with illustrations, you're going to literally scare little boys out of wanting to grow up dusty. They're not going to want to grow up dusty. You're going to be like, let me take out that trash for you, mother. Is there anything you need me to do, mother, around the house? I'm going to go learn how to do this. And I'm going to go, I'm going to go read a book on how to start a business because I don't want to be that dusty. Okay. And then they're going to make a cartoon. So if y'all write children's books, y'all should definitely come up with something to help avoid dusties from make it into the next generation. Okay. You said Charlie Brown had a dusty in it. He showed it. But I'm serious. Like we need to make it scared straight. The scared dust free. Okay. Thank you. If anybody gets the motivation to come up with that children's story, I'll promote it. But it got to be funny and the illustration got to be on point. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said mamas don't let your babies grow up dusties. And I think the girl Pygmisha, don't grow up to be a Pygmisha or a Pygmy. Same thing. Show the nightmare and tell the story. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Teach them why they're young, because everybody teaching them the opposite. Why not teach them the truth in the right way through children's books? You got people out here teaching them the opposite to deal with dust. Y'all need to write a book. Can women be dusty? The only way a woman can be dusty is if she is with a dusty and she accepts his dusty behavior and she falls down right with him in the dust and they end up homeless on the street. Yes. A dusty woman is one of them women that's walking down the street, pushing a cart with her man. That's the dusty woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. One who fell into her dust and never got back up again. That's the only way a woman can be dusty, is if she allows him to bring her down to his level, where she's not providing, where she's not thriving, where she's not going anywhere in life. So if y'all both under the bridge, homeless, holding hands, y'all are both dusty. As long as she's working and trying to provide and make it in this world, she's not dusty. If she wants a man to be a provider, then she's just looking for a provider and a protector. All right. when she gives up everything to be with a dusty and be homeless, or live in some dusty mama's room, that a dusty's room whose mother is enabling him to live together and stay dusty together. Well, that's what it is. But see, this is what you will seldom see. You will seldom see a Pygmisha and a dusty living under their mama's roof. Either gonna see a dusty living under their mama's roof, but it happens, but it's very rare to see a grown woman living in a dusty's house that his mama owns and still lives at. But yes, you can be a woman dusty if you give up right along with that dusty and y'all dusty twins. Sprinkle, sprinkle. But if you know your value as a woman, you don't have to stay dusty. You can get up and leave the dust and go get you a provider. Okay. You said write the book, you'll purchase it. Girl, I got to add children's author to my list. I'm going to add children's author to my list of accomplishments. That was a free idea. Y'all need to get on it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. 10th business. That was a great storybook for boys and girls. Exactly. Don't be no Pygmisha. Don't be a dusty. Don't grow up dusty. And then they should teach a whole class on it. They should have a volunteer come into the classroom each day, each year, for a certain age group. And they should have a whole hour and read the book. And the kids will raise hands to ask questions. And the woman will say, okay, you were over there. And they were like, ma'am, what's a dusty? And then she'll explain it. Ma'am, what's a Pygmisha? And then she'll explain it. And they're going to be like, I think my mama's a Pygmisha. I think my daddy's a dusty. They're going to be giving all the tea. I don't want to be like that. Then they're going to go home and call their mama and daddy a dusty or a Pygmisha, and they're going to get in trouble with, you know what, at least the cycle will be broken. Okay. You've been with a dusty for 8 years. You're emotionally attached now and wondering if it's worth to leave and go through the heartache to potentially find someone financially better. I'm 33. Okay. You're 33 and you've been with a dusty for 8 years. Are you married to them? Okay, let me put y'all onto reality. When you die, what's your obituary gonna say? That you was with a dusty for how many years? Not married. But you had a life dusty partner for how many years? Do y'all have life insurance? Just think about this. You can grow emotionally attached to anything that you've been with for 8 years. Anything. A pet. You had a pet for 8 years. You can grow emotionally attached to that. Some people get emotionally attached to objects. You know what I'm saying? That's why they hoard objects and don't throw it out. They get emotionally attached to a McDonald's napkin or something. You can get emotionally attached to anything if you don't go out and do better. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing you're literally supposed to get emotionally attached to are your children who you've created. If you're emotionally attached to a dusty, what you're literally emotionally attached to is a man who is not required to do anything for you, but you'll do for him. You're emotionally attached to being a Pygmisha. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Because you can replace him with any old dusty. And you'll be emotionally attached to that too. Why? Because you're emotionally attached to a man that can't do anything for you. And that could be any dusty. You could replace him with any dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Think about that. And if you stop doing what you do for that dusty, he would leave you in a heartbeat. And you know it. If you stop paying bills and you asked him to do all the bills, all the whatever, pay all the utilities, the rent, the mortgage, you know he gone. You know it. So if you become emotionally attached to a man that can't do nothing for you and would leave you, if you asked him, if something happened to you and you needed him to be a 100% provider, he would be gone in 2 seconds. And you know it. So Pygmishas, ask yourselves this question. If something happens to y'all and y'all shacking up with these dusties long term, you ain't got no ring on your finger and you're doing more than he's doing for you, imagine when you stop doing it or if you can't do it no more. You know how easy it is to get up and pack a bag and leave? They ain't got to divorce you or nothing. It just be out and say good luck to you. So how long are you going to stay with this dusty man to where if you ever need help, you got to go outside of your relationship and beg to somebody else to help you? Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to make sure you are not confused for his daughter. What? How to make sure you... Oh, it don't matter, girl. Most of the time, people aren't going to be confused. Okay? They're either going to make the snide remark as trying to be rude, or they're going to be so dumb and innocent that you could just go along with it and you won't even miss a beat. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. And sometimes it works in your favor later on in life. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Should you make him pick you up for the date or meet him there? It depends on how well you know this person, because I wouldn't want nobody knowing where I stay on no first date. Meet him there, ma'am. Meet him there, because we ain't finna do all of that. Don't trust the dust, ma'am. All right, I'm getting ready to go, y'all, but, well, I got a few more minutes. I'm turning off that light because it's a little bright. So I guess the best advice I can give y'all before, this video is over is if you're attached to a dusty, that's your fault. If you in a relationship with a dusty, it's your fault. It ain't his fault because you accepted him as dusty from the start. You had no standards. Okay. So we're not going to blame the man in this situation. We're going to take accountability for the desperation of pygmishness that you were in when you decided that you just needed a man, any kind of man, even if he was dusty. We're going to take accountability for that. Okay, ladies? Because the only way to change is to take accountability for your own action. And if you take accountability for being desperate at the time that you accepted whatever you accepted as a dusty, now you got to understand that you can't accept it anymore. That's literally it. You don't accept it anymore. People change, people grow. If you're growing and you're changing, then you can't accept the same stuff that you used to accept. That's literally it. So you can't hold on to the past by talking about you're emotionally attached to your mistake. You can't claim that you're emotionally attached to something that you only took on because you were desperate. You have grown past that. You need more now. So, therefore, if you're emotionally attached to someone that you only needed validation from when you were at your lowest or desperatest point, great. Acknowledge that. You were there. You got what you needed out of the situation. Now you're better. Now you're better. You don't need it anymore. If you say, well, that's not right. You can't just discard people. Men do it to women all the time. And if you really think about it, he's supposed to be providing in the relationship. So he's literally in the wrong. You're doing him a favor by allowing him to man up for the next woman, or allowing yourself to be free so you can find a man you actually respect. So either way, you're going to be correct in correcting the situation, no matter what. So you don't have to feel bad about it, because you're no longer going to be an enabler, which is a good thing. And you're no longer going to be in a place of desperation and accept less than what you deserve. So either way, you're still going to be doing better. Okay? You just have to leave the place of attachment that you needed to be validated at the time that you were desperate. You're no longer desperate anymore. You have knowledge. You've leveled up. You don't need it no more. It's kind of like when you level up your wardrobe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you level up a lot of different things. You got to level up everything. So you're not driving the first car you ever bought or purchased if when you're like 45 years old. You're not driving the car you got when you was 16. You ain't driving that, are you? You got what you could afford. You got what you were able to get. But you're not still driving that same car at 45, are you? No, you ain't. It's a little level up. And people get emotionally attached to their vehicles and cars too, but that doesn't mean they're not happy to get something better. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. All right. Hmm. Who cares? Ignore them. Exactly. Okay, this is going to be a little harsh, what I'm about to say. And I realize that. I have been conditioned to think that men are supposed to be strong, able-bodied, problem solvers, powerful protectors. That's what I've been brainwashed or told or expect. That's what I've been taught. So anytime I encounter something that's not that, it doesn't equate. It doesn't make sense to me. You get it? So when I come across a dusty or an excuse making, sniveling, sad excuse for a man, it don't make sense to me, even in the comments. And I don't think that, it's correct. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's sad. I actually feel sorry for most people that aren't, but most men who fall into that category. I don't see them as men. I see them as, it's just sad to me. Like they're missing something, and they'll never find it. That's how I feel. And I can't deal with it. It's kind of like a lost cause, almost. So the only thing you can do is give them the direction, give them the information, and they'll lead themselves to wherever they're supposed to go. But the moment that they try to start giving people advice, the moment that they start trying to tell someone something is when I have to check them. And the reason why I do that is because they do not have the authority, but they did have the audacity, but they don't have the authority to tell anybody anything from a place of weakness as a man. I'm going to repeat that. They have no authority to tell anyone anything from their stance and place of weakness. Because all it sounds like from that low level of dustiness is a complaint and an excuse, which makes them sound even more pathetic and weak. So that's why I check them the way I do, because I don't understand it. I never have, I never will. And they have no authority anywhere on this planet, which is why they try to bring you down as a woman and brainwash you to make you think that you're unworthy, when literally they aren't able to even impress you on a level that a man is supposed to impress a woman. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if they can't impress you, they want to what? When a man can't impress a woman, what does he do? Either walks away or what? Or tries to diss you, right? Because they can't impress you. So when they open their mouth to disrespect you, just understand that they cannot impress you. And so that's their protection against not being able to feel like a man in your presence. So they're trying to bring you down because they can't impress you. And so they're distracting you from their lack of masculinity, which they don't have. Okay? So understand that. When a man comes to try to disrespect you, dish you, or bring you down, they're trying to distract you from their lack of leadership, from their lack of masculinity, from all the excuses that they make. They're trying to distract you from what they're missing. And it's not a distraction. It's a full admittance of you being a dusty. So as soon as you open your mouth to talk anything and you can't pay some bills, it's not a distraction. It's a dead giveaway that you dusty. Ting. I know that's right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, yes, this should be taught in schools. It should be. If this were taught in schools, do you realize how great the economy would be doing? Okay, driven by success, sprinkle, sprinkle. You have a rich man friend. How can I get him to buy you a car? He is more into me and he asked me to what? Asked me what type of car you want. And I told him, he asked me to let him know if he can help. Yep, tell him to meet you at the dealership. So you know what? Let's go test drive it. Bring your wallet. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Wes. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You talked about your plans to go to Italy. He made fun of my choice and he was jealous, Dusty, trying to bring me down. Oh, wow. You don't tell Dusties what you're trying to do because they can't do it. So they bring you down. They probably can't afford to travel. So they bring you down and make you feel bad about doing the most because they can't do the least. Just laugh at them and correct them. It's like, well, I'm sorry you can't go to Italy. I mean, I guess I'd be down in somebody's trip to Italy too if I couldn't go. So I feel you. Get that aggression out. Just check them. Just check them right then and there. It's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have told you about this trip because you ain't doing nothing but being jealous. My bad. You know what? I'm going to name somewhere down the street. Thank you. Welcome, self-love. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You tell them you going somewhere terrible, they're gonna be like, aha, that's all you could do. Or they'll be the expert on it. You tell them somewhere cheap, they're gonna become the expert and try to impress you by saying, oh, I've been there before. Watch. Name somewhere cheap about 2 miles from where you at. Watch how they try to impress you with their knowledge and suggestions of restaurants you should go to and whatnot. Then tell them somewhere they ain't been and see what they do. It's literally all they want to do is impress you. And when they can't, they try to bring you down to their level to distract you from their lack of masculinity and leadership. Okay. Why they didn't call you back after chasing you for months? Because I guess they caught you. They can't never catch you, man. If they catch you, they done. All right, sprinkle, sprinkle. Did they catch you or did they catch somebody else? Or are they chasing someone else? I mean, it just depends on what happened. It depends on what happened after they caught you, or if they caught you or not, or if they're chasing somebody else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How do you not get caught then? You keep making them chase. They're probably chasing somebody else. They'll be back if they can't catch them either. They take it a break, ma'am. They're trying to figure it out. If they haven't caught you, then they don't deserve to catch you. You got to keep making them chase. After they catch you, they catch, release, chase again. Should a broke woman still look for a man with money? If you're a broke woman and you're looking for a man with money, it's very different from a broke man trying to chase a woman with no money, because the man is supposed to be the provider, not the woman. So I always suggest that women have at least their life together before they even date. But, if a man really wants a woman, if a man wants that woman, he will make sure that she don't stay broke. That's number one. So if a man wants that broke woman, he will make sure she don't stay broke. If a man doesn't want that woman, then he don't want that woman. But if there's a broke woman just sitting there, all, minding her business, and a man approaches her and doesn't know her financial status, and he wants to impress her, the only way she can be impressed at that time is for him to be a provider. So if that man who can provide wants that woman who is obviously broke when he approached her, he's going to do whatever it takes to impress her, to get her. That's why the fastest way for women to become wealthy is through marriage. Okay? Because if a man sees a woman he likes, it don't matter if she's broke. If he wants to impress her and have her, he know what he got to do. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So it's quite okay for a broke woman to be minding her business and some man walk up to her and offer her whatever she needs. A provider, it's perfectly okay, because that's how it's supposed to be done. Now, it's not okay if a broke man approaches a woman, because he can't do anything for her. If he gets her pregnant, he can't take care of the offspring. You see, it's different. And if you're comparing yourself to a woman, that's the first part of the problem. It's not going to be the same. Okay. A man is dusty when he starts comparing himself to a woman. That's number one. When he doesn't understand his role. That's number one. If a man starts to compare himself to you, it's a wrap. He dusty. Okay? If he wants you to play fair in an unfair world where men have the advantage, he's dusty. Okay? When he wants you to play fair in a world where you are, as a woman, only able to legally have your own checking account, what was it, 1971 or 72? If he wants to play fair in an unfair world, remind him that men have had thousands of years to get their money up. When was it even legal for women to actually hold down a position or a job? Literally in the last century. Unless they were somebody's maid, if they still had to have some man in charge of their finances. So when a man fixes their mouth to talking about, oh, we 50-50, we both equal. Sir, you've had thousands of years to come up. You telling me in the last 50 years, a woman can blast right past you, run circles around you, and you still out here making excuses when she was legally held back? Big dummies. Get your money up or shut up. That's literally it. Do not compare yourself to a woman. First of all, you can't, because you are not a woman. You can't bring life to this planet. And second of all, you haven't been held back legally for your gender or your sex. You have full rights to your entire body to do with what you want. So shut up and get your money together. Okay. And yes, that's true. And even though we aren't 100% legally free like a man, and we've only had our financial freedom for the latter half of the last century, y'all still want to be in y'all's feminine for some reason, as if we are literally the goal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So you men want to oppress women, but women want to be like women. Men want to be equal to women. So what are y'all telling us? What are y'all subconsciously telling? Y'all want to have control over our bodies. Y'all want to be in y'all's feminine. Y'all want to give women their rights after thousands of years, even though they're going to surpass you eventually anyway. But you still want to compare yourself to, I don't understand. Well, maybe y'all knew something we didn't back in the old days. Okay. Even though all of this stuff, you still want to be like us in some form or fashion. I guess that's okay. I guess we know who the real deal is, huh? But still, since you're promoting patriarchal system, you got to pay. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's read this. Is it pick me to buy him some new AirPods? He's not my boyfriend, but I like him and he lost his. This was the same guy you cuddled, girl, ma'am. All right. I know you got to be trolling, ma'am. I know you have to be trolling. I know it. This ain't real. Someone says, is that a teenager? My daughter wouldn't even do that, and she's a teenager. My daughter wouldn't dare buy nobody no new AirPods because they lost theirs. She might get somebody else to buy the AirPods and re-gift them, but she ain't finna go into her she ain't finna go into her pockets. I promise you that. Sprinkle, sprinkle. She ain't finna reach in her wallet. I gotta go, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Don't reach into your pockets for no grown, able-bodied man. Okay? If he's not doing the most. So how much AirPods cost? If he hasn't spent 10 times whatever the AirPods cost on you, you don't buy him no AirPods, ma'am. Okay? How much AirPods cost? Like $200, $100? Bust out the calculator here. Let's say they cost $200. So he would have had to spend $2,000 on you on a gift in order for you to even gift him that. If AirPod, okay, $299, then he needed to spend $3,000 on a gift for you in order for you to even give him a $299 gift. You understand? Don't do too much. I know in this world, people make women feel insecure and like they have to do the most in order to keep the attention or whatever, or keep the interest of somebody. But you're enough. You don't have to reach into your pocket and buy no man. Okay? Unless your name is Pick Misha. That's the only reason you got to reach in your pocket to keep a man or buy a man or keep his attention. If your name is Pick Misha and you have low self-esteem. All right? Unless that man has spent $3,000 on you on a gift, do not reach in your pockets. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, I'm going to see y'all later. Bye. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all subscribe. Hit that notification bell so y'all can know when I go live next time if y'all are new. If y'all trying to ask me a question in private, join my Patreon. The link is in the description bar. Tier 2 and up. If you join Tier 2 and up, you'll be able to message me and write me on my Patreon, and I will write you back within the week. If you're going to join the mail out tier on Patreon, you get a handwritten card or letter from me once a month. Whatever, you can write me back too. But definitely join the Patreon there. There are a couple of PDFs on there you can read through. There's other people in the group. It's just a Patreon. I have posts up there, old journal entries where if you're going to work on yourself, you have some journaling prompts up there, whatever. Or you can just write me and ask me your questions. All right. You said, leave us with some encouragement. Okay. If you love yourself, act like it. Don't be chasing behind no man. If you're a woman, you are the prize. You attract, you don't chase. If you out here chasing, understand you don't feel like you're the prize. And guess what? You need to work on yourself. All right. I'm going to see y'all later. Bye.